No, I'm kidding. Your favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live. In this episode, we'll talk about the Chargers and Rams schedule and predict their 2024 record. Plus, Victor Producer will join us for a little NFL rapid fire. And of course, we can't forget about combat sports. We'll have a lot from what the fight that happened in Saudi Arabia, obviously WWE this weekend. So, and again, we just want to thank you guys for helping us get to 10K subscribers, combat sports fans. We'll talk boxing, WWE, all of that. And then we'll see if he finally makes his coveted return. We're waiting to find out if Dan and Daygo will be back. But all right, Gilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners? You had a busy weekend, by the way.
Yes, I do. And yes, I did. And for a second, I thought you were making fun of me with the freezing thing because I did freeze a lot last week. I apologize about that. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi.
That was actually just a reaction to the whole thing because it usually takes about when it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kind of takes about 2-3 seconds.
On the countdown.
Kind of hit them with the freeze and then kind of go at it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I do have an engagement question of the week. And over the weekend, your boy Gilberto got one right. Oleksandr Usyk beat Tyson Fury to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world. I got it. But now let me know in the comments, is Usyk the new pound for pound king? I will let you know my thoughts in a bit. But it's an impressive resume. Cruiserweight undisputed, heavyweight undisputed, beat Anthony Joshua twice, beat Tyson Fury once, and maybe once more in October. We'll find out. Fernando, we'll get your thoughts in a bit. But let me know in the comments. If you watch the fight, give me your reactions and give me who's your pound for pound king, because you got Terrence Crawford, and now the Japanese monster. You got Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican superstar. You can still put Dimitri Bivol, Peter B. Who else can I go? Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia? Nah. But anyways, friend of the show, let me know in the comments.
No, the curse hasn't been lifted, Jorge. Come on, chill out with that one.
Yeah,
it has not been lifted. We'll see about that. Dan didn't technically make his return last week. He was only on for like 10 minutes. So
maybe the curse only works when Dan gets on the show and calls me a curse. You're gonna get it wrong. That's true.
Yeah, he hasn't called you a curse in a
while. So. Witchcraft from Dan.
Yeah. All right. Let us get the show started.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So we're Compas.
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7rounder. So
freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
I still love Chad Ochocinco, but welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? Like you mentioned earlier, it was a busy weekend. I had a graduation for Caroline. We had a party the next day too. I got one right in boxing. Usyk beating Tyson Fury. The schedule came out last week. I annoyed a lot of people with my predictions for records in the NFC. Viking fans, Packers fans don't like me right now, but whatever. What else? It's a good weekend. You?
Bears fans like you.
Yeah, a little studying, but a lot of people say, get off the bandwagon, you hype machine. But
what did I do over the? Oh, I grilled again on Sunday. No complaints for the most part there.
It was only you and Dan probably in the backyard.
No, it was at my uncle's again, but I have no complaints this time. It's okay. Little Daniel's cousins weren't there, so it was pretty chilled out. By the way, my mom did not like that I called that out last week. She's like, "Did you really have to use names and stuff?" And I was like, who the hell else would it be?
So now you're doing it again a little bit.
She's like, what if they hear? And I'm like, okay. And Daniel also was like, yeah, who gives a crap? So it was pretty funny.
You told them off that day off to their face. So
exactly. Saturday I ended up going shopping with my mom. Needed a new outfit or whatever, so I went shopping with her, and then we went out to dinner that night also. So it was a pretty chill weekend. by the way, real fast, my sister got a new job, so congratulations to
Oh,
Melissa.
congrats.
Yeah, she's gonna be working feeding animals at the zoo, I think, or preparing their food and stuff like that. So pretty interesting.
Okay.
I was already waiting for one, and obviously my mom or my uncle had to pull it out. He's like, "Oh, it's the same as feeding your brother." So, yeah. So
Yes, I
that
was gonna no, I won't go that way. Anyways, what type of
it was
animals?
already it already went that way. So,
What type of animals will she be feeding?
dude, they told her like, "Do you mind like touching rats? This, that, like all kinds of different stuff." So, like, well, dead rats, obviously, but yeah.
Oh
So,
wait,
I mean,
so you feed with the rats? I thought she
feed,
was
yeah,
feeding them.
no. You feed like different
So
animals. I don't know.
feed a lion or what?
I guess I don't know. I know she just prepares the food. I think so. Like,
Oh, okay,
hey, the
just
lion's gonna eat this.
doesn't
And
get in there.
she's no heck no. Can you imagine that? Have you seen those? I don't know if you saw that video. I don't know where it was
Yeah,
though. It was
I
like a
think
gorilla.
yeah, they were in there and they were trying to, wait for the gorilla to go away.
Yeah, and the gorilla would not go away. So yeah, it was actually pretty interesting to hear that. But yeah, it was
By the way, I know we're kind of all over the place, but I just saw a video with Ryan Garcia in a car with an orangutan, so that was a
oh,
weird.
I saw that too. I saw a comment underneath that people should not have done that. So somebody
Maybe he watched Planet of the Apes and he got the guy from the movie.
I shouldn't say what some guy tweeted.
Yeah, maybe I played safe.
Jorge Gilbert will give his prediction for the Chargers win-loss record in a bit. So make sure you stay tuned because I am going to put him on the spot and
Okay,
and ask him about it. So it'll be interesting. Where do you kind of want to start?
You want?
By the way,
schedule,
congratulations to Caroline for graduating. That was awesome. How long was graduation?
Oh man.
And any complaints?
Oh, there's a lot of complaints.
You were in the sun. You were in the sun. I know that.
Oh yeah. Let me just start by saying it was so worth it to see. Usual. It was worth it to see Caroline graduate. It was awesome.
But,
a lot of hard work for the last 2 years. But it was 4 hours. And I was sitting with her family, and we were sitting in bleachers. I'll give you okay. So we get there early. It's 5 p.m. It doesn't start till 6, and you kind of have to get there to fight for a seat.
They're on Mexican time.
Well, we got there early, but because we wanted a seat, and it's like it was hot, like it was a bunch of sun in the bleachers, and then like people start showing up a little late. It starts at 6, and people come in late. Other people on Mexican time, so they want to take like they see some type of little opening. They want to take your space. They want to get in there. I'm like, I've been here in the sun for an hour, and we had like. We had some of her sisters trying to fight people up, like, no, take it. I'm like, yeah, thank you for doing that because I don't want to sit next to people. So that was a whole mess. And then we're in the bleachers. You know how it is. Like, like there's no back support. My ass hurts from sitting in there for sitting on there for 4 hours. And then there was, I know, right? Actually, you're smart. I didn't think about that. But yeah, I couldn't take a pee break. I couldn't get food. I wish there was a beer guy. There goes Peanut out there, or maybe get some peanuts. But we don't want to lose our seat for 4 hours. And I guess the frustrating part and the cool part, like she was one of the first ones to get on stage, like, cool, yeah. And I was like, we gotta wait for
we have to wait the rest of the graduation.
Like, I don't care about these people. I'm like, and I know at one point she kind of was thinking about leaving early. Let's go home, but we waited it out. It was a good time with her family. It was a big milestone. But yeah, the heat, the wait, the seats, and whatever 40,000 people graduating at one point was actually it was a lot.
To this day, that cat scares me.
It's the nicest cat I know. Okay.
So it started at 6, 4 hours. So you guys didn't get out of there till about 9:30, 10?
Yeah, man. So we got there at 5.
And by the time you guys get to the car, you guys leave the whole graduation.
Put it this way: it was so late and we were so tired. We usually go get dinner, right? You go do something and spend time. Like we all went home and just relax.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Oh, he's talking about Rufus from Kim Possible, I think. I think that's what he's talking about. The Disney show. But definitely, Nick, we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but I did not go today. I had something else kind of come up. Gilbert and I should be there though next Wednesday.
You put it out there, so I guess I will be there now. Yeah,
I had to. I have friends that tell me Gilbert needs to show up. You know which friend I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's overdue.
So next Wednesday, Gilbert and I will be there. I don't know. Maybe we shoot a little stand up. I don't know. We do something from out there.
We can work it out. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do something different. So we will be out there next Wednesday. Oh my God, Jorge, friend of the show.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, friend of the show. So Gilbert, obviously, so I mean, but other than that, the party was great and everything.
Yeah,
was
yeah, that was awesome. And to give you one more nugget, my mom and her parents finally met for the first time, so that was a big,
I
big
thought they
step.
already had met.
No.
Oh,
Maybe siblings, yeah, but not my mom.
oh, how was it?
Obviously, like it's a little awkward at first trying to get to know new people, but at the end of it, it was pretty good. It was good. I was like, okay, finally to get to know each other and talk. So that was pretty cool.
It's getting serious. um, so so dun 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 dun.
Hey.
So you went to the rookie symposium over the
I
weekend.
guess they call it the premiere, like a rookie premiere.
Oh, the rookie premiere. Sorry, they keep on changing the name.
Yeah.
You obviously talked to Brendan Rice, Chargers wide receiver.
Yeah.
What like were you just talking to all the receivers, or was
Yeah.
that
Well,
kind of?
I was trying to get trying to go for a quarterback, but it didn't work out. And you know what? We got all these wide receivers. Like, I'm like, cool, yeah, bring them. And it was like, hey, you want this one and this one? I'm like, yeah, for sure. Like they're all like well-known names. Top receivers or first-round picks. So yeah, it was kind of like I was like in a room and they took care of me. Got one-on-one interviews and just got to know
I
people.
saw
And
that.
Brendan Rice, man, like honestly, it was like, you know what? I know he gets a lot
He
of
doesn't seem like
questions.
a rookie.
Yeah, he comes off well and mature and he talks well. And it was like, I don't want to ask him about his dad. He gets a lot of questions about that. And he was just excited to talk about being a Charger and like working with Justin Herbert. Like I'll share the story, I think maybe Wednesday. But he was saying like maybe he probably already told you guys, I'm not too sure, but that he trains with Justin Herbert by carrying bricks, like just 2 bricks on each side. And then
Yeah,
I
he
guess
hasn't
going
said that.
back and forth and who's the fastest, and like Justin Herbert just crushing people with the bricks and then telling people, "Come on, keep it going, keep it going." So, you get the work ethic and the standard right there from Justin Herbert and with Brendan Rice. And then in that video that I posted, like Brendan Rice just flat out say, "I want to be one of the greatest Chargers in team history." I'm like, "You're a 7th-round pick, man," but okay, I like it. So I love the confidence. He's mature. He had the numbers at USC. So getting to know how he works. I did get one question about his dad and what he learned, what he got from him, but for the most part, it was about him and how he operates. So things like that are pretty cool to get to know players.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to go to this real quick. I know this is like really weird, and maybe I shouldn't put it out there, but I don't care. I just saw this as soon as I logged on to Twitter. Former Red Sox pitcher Austin Maddox arrested for texting underage girls. Watch what happens when he gets into his house in Jacksonville. They're waiting for him. Bang!
Whoa.
They all come out and they tackle the crap out of him.
Who's this guy or weirdo? I guess?
Austin Maddox, former pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Oh man.
But he's just strolling in and bang. They're waiting for look, bang, they just completely launched themselves at him. My bad.
How did you even see this, man?
Okay, so I was going to Twitter to find because I do know that there's a picture of Justin Herbert walking with bricks.
Oh, maybe that's where it's from.
And I was trying to look for it, and I remember that you said that he's doing bricks or whatever. But one, the dude looks like humongous. I'm talking about Herbert. But he's like walking with bricks. So he said that he does that with Herbert.
Yeah, I guess him and a group of guys or teammates with the Chargers. I guess they kind of maybe do like the shoulder things, the shoulder shrugs, and just kind of go back and forth with the bricks. But,
well, I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, "Hey, what did you think of practice and everything?" They're like, completely different, and I'm like, "Oh, really?" They're like, "Oh yeah, like night and day, like just completely different." And I'm like, "Oh wow." So yeah, it seems like a lot of things have changed down there. I can't find it, but yeah. So yeah, I saw Herbert like walking across the field, and he had like bricks in his hands, and I thought that was interesting. But now that you mention it, I was like, oh, okay, now I get what it is. So that's definitely pretty interesting. But all right, late. Jorge said Ryan Garcia would have liked that video you showed. He's all about the children.
He's a busy guy.
Exactly. But all right, Gilbert, let's you want to continue NFL since we're already on it?
Yeah, if you want to put me in the spot already, but
yes, I do. All right. Gilberto Manzano, welcome to.
But Have you revealed your schedule? I mean, your prediction on what's up votes?
I have not. I did Reedy's, I did Dan, and I did Jeff,
Well, okay, well.
but I didn't do it just because I'm not that important. So
you
no,
only
I'm
you only
serious. Like
just cover the team, but whatever.
I don't give a shit. Well, I don't care. I just everybody like look. Jorge cares about your pick, so that's why I'm gonna go with you.
Well, they might
but-
like him this time because Jorge and Dan like to go the opposite. So we'll see. Because I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these Chargers. So are you gonna make me do the pick by pick challenge?
Yeah,
or I just tell you? Okay.
Gilbert, what other way am I gonna have you do it? Like,
honestly,
the whole schedule completely. No, that's boring. We want fun. We want excitement.
Okay,
Jorge, don't you want excitement? Don't you want fun?
No, it's always funny because like when you just ask me flat out, I will probably like give you like, I don't know if I see it, and then you when you go through the schedule and you see the teams, then you start thinking like, oh crap, win or loss.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm ready.
Did you hear? I don't know if you watched it, but Dan only jumped on for like the last 10 minutes. Do you know what his was?
Well, somebody I like to read the comments, and somebody said 14-3, and then like there was like a pause.
He goes, "Are we really gonna go 14-3?" We were all laughing.
Wow, I gotta watch this episode with Jeff and Joe
my.
because were you guys were excited about the Chargers because 14-3? I don't know where Dan came with
it
that.
was more like we were kind of discussing. Yeah, no, I was planning on doing Rams. But I kind of like, so the way we did it was we kind of were talking about everything kind of go like we talked about the schedule for a little bit, but you know how I kind of go. I like to go random. So we started talking about like stuff with state, like in one of those, I think Jeff told us that after the Raider game that Tom was saying goodbye to everybody, like on the tarmac, on like saying goodbye, like that he knew his ass was cooked after that. So he was saying goodbye. So we were just sharing different nuggets from like Staley and stuff, talking about like different things.
I gotta check
and
it
then
out.
And then Dan obviously got home and he texted me, "Hey, I want to jump on. Like if my guys are on there, I want to." I was like, "All right, just real quick." And I had already dragged Joe and Jeff on to like 6:45, and then Dan came on for 15 minutes. And I was like, I kept him for an hour and 15. I'm like, "Hey, I'm so sorry." They're like, "No, it's completely fine. We're loving it." So I was like, "All right." Like, I'm like, I appreciate it. So they were awesome. So all right. Dan was such a homer. Well, I mean, it's just right now. He's just thinking about it or whatever.
I'll give Dan some credit. He could be negative, but I think he's just really on the hardball train right now. So he's a little excited, but he's pretty good for the most part. He's a realist. So I'll give him a little compliment there.
Yeah, he just sees exactly what they're going with and all that. All right, let's go at it, Gilbert. Let's go game one. Vic, can you write this? I mean, I'm pretty sure in my head I can know it, but if you could just like write it down and like give it to me, that'd be awesome. No Diddy. So all right, let's get this going. Gilbert, game one versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
At home, right? So far, give me okay. Yeah, give me the Chargers. Game one at home.
At Carolina.
Yeah. Damn it, already 2-0.
At Pittsburgh.
That's tough. I'll say loss, even though I'm not sure about the quarterback. But yeah.
Versus the Chiefs.
Where doesn't matter, but
in LA.
Yeah, loss.
At Denver.
Win. What? No, no, they're bad. They're really bad now, right?
At Arizona.
No, I like Arizona.
Oh, 3-3. Versus the Saints.
Where?
In LA.
I'll say loss. They could be sneaky.
3-4. At Cleveland.
Loss.
3-5. Versus the Tennessee Titans.
Where?
In LA.
Yeah, win.
Versus the Cincinnati Bengals in LA.
Loss.
Versus the Baltimore Ravens in LA.
Is there a bye week somewhere in there?
No, the bye week was week 5.
Okay. Yeah, loss again.
At Atlanta.
Loss.
At Kansas City.
Loss.
Versus Tampa Bay.
Oh, where?
In LA.
They're due for a win. Give them a win.
Versus the Broncos at home.
Win. They're really bad.
At New England.
Win. It's a tough one because they're on the road, but it's a win.
At Las Vegas.
Loss.
So I think you have them at 8-9, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's not
Or
too
no,
bad.
hold on.
We'll get it from Vic right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have an answer here?
Todd, I wish a certain someone was on here for that.
Yeah.
7-10.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they were 7.5 in Vegas for the over under, and I went under. Come on, Jorge, you got to be real. They're back-to-back Super Bowl champions. They're far above from the Chargers right now. And honestly, like I still think, I'm sorry, I'm being honest. I still think the AFC West is pretty weak with the Broncos, Chargers, and the Raiders. And I'll just say this: I hate to be the negative Nancy. I'm at this point with the Chargers now because I've fallen for the trap many times. Their offseason hype, but after coming off a 5-12 season where you lost some key veterans, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, like I get Jim Harbaugh is great. I get him results in the year one, but I got to see him build the offensive line. I got to see him fix the rushing attack. I got to see the defense play freaking defense. Like I'm still in the Brandon Staley era. I like Jesse Minter. I know how long it takes for schemes to develop and get incorporated. And also, like, let's be real. Jim Harbaugh hasn't coached in the NFL in what, 10 years, 12 years? I forget how long it's been. 9. So I'm not trying to be a super negative Nancy. I'm just saying I'm going to sit this one out before I get real and say, you know what? I like Jim Harbaugh. I like this and that. But it's such a young receiving core. Like, is Joe Alt going to be that guy? Like, where is he going to play left and right? Is interior going to be okay? Who's going to run the football? Are really going to – like, I've never been a big fan of Gus Edwards. And then J.K. Dobbins, the knee issues and injuries have been a problem. Can you really run the football? Can you really protect Justin Herbert? And if it's Justin Herbert being the gunslinger, who's going to catch his passes? Yeah, you got McConkey, you got maybe Brandon Rice, you got Quentin Johnson, you got Palmer. I just got to see it before I jump in. And I'm done, kind of trying to think this is a year that the Chiefs fall off. I got to see it with them too to finally have a step. They could easily go 10-7 and then lose. Win the division. Maybe they lose in the playoffs, whatever. But it's still their division right here. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dan. I keep it real for you guys, but I got to see Jim Harbaugh do something with this team because there was hype machine every single year with the Chargers. And just because Jim Harbaugh's around, they're going to fix everything. I got to see it first. And they might be second in division. I think the Raiders and the Chargers are pretty close, but at least the Chargers have a quarterback. The Raiders don't. And, they could run the football. And, they also have maybe a better defense, Fernando. We got to be real. We have not seen this Chargers defense do anything since, 2018?
Gus Bradley, yeah, right around that time.
So, to me, it's like I add all that, and it's like we're putting a lot of on Jim Harbaugh to be the hero and fix everything. I need a year to see it.
Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh.
Hey, but 7-10 is better than 5-12, so it's probably
2 games.
Thank you, Jesse.
I don't believe in Arizona as much as you do. So I would probably give that one a win. The New Orleans one, I certainly don't think Derek Carr is worth a damn. So I would probably give him that one.
But this team, Fernando, like they find a way to just stumble and they're gonna stub their toe somewhere.
I think the stumbling comes with the head coach, whoever the head coach is.
But why are we just assuming that Harbaugh's gonna fix it?
And I'm not assuming that they're gonna fix everything
60
in 1
years
year.
of this franchise doing the same thing.
No, I know, but they finally took the correct step forward that they needed.
Yes, and I want to be more reserved about it though.
Oh yeah. No, I completely. But see, you're also telling me to look at these other teams.
Yeah,
New Orleans is not a good team. Arizona is not a good team. So I'm supposed to choose between Jonathan Gannon and Jim Harbaugh. Well, obviously, I'm going to choose Jim Harbaugh.
That's fair.
Jonathan Gannon hasn't given me anything to think about. And then their defense, what is their defense?
That's a problem.
Can you name me 3 besides Buda Baker? You can't name me 3 players on that damn defense that you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh,
there's Robinson, Xavier Collins, Kaiser White.
Kaiser White, that one's a cheater. That's cheating. No, I get you.
Actually, Justin Jones is part of that team too. He's in the interior defensive lineman.
Oh, Juan, that's awesome. Yeah, Juan said his wife surprised him with Monday Night Football tickets. in
Hey,
Arizona,
I actually
so
do want to go to that game. It's a Monday
let's
night. I
go
told you,
then.
Fernando. Yeah, and Monday it's close by. You know, Mondays and
Yeah.
Thursdays are better for me. So yeah.
Drive or fly, whichever one. Ask your buddy. He can't make it to practices sometimes, so because the Nationals ask him to go to the Monday night game, so maybe you guys can carpool out there.
Inside joke. Inside joke. Yeah. We might have another meeting about it. I'll just say that.
Holy crap.
So are you?
Tennessee,
So are you
no,
saying? Are you saying 9 and 8?
I had them at 8 and 9, but
Oh,
then
we're
the
not too
Jim
far
Harbaugh.
off.
Hold on, then
Well,
the Jim.
before, okay.
I gave Jim Harbaugh 2 more wins. So the Jim Harbaugh effect, I gave 2 more wins, so I had him at 10-7.
Okay.
My only thing is, I completely agree with everything that you just said. Like, can Joey Bosa stay healthy?
There you go.
Can Khalil Mack replicate? Because I understand a lot of people are saying, well, Khalil Mack had 6 sacks against one team. Yeah, but let's just take away 2 or 4 of those sacks. He still had, what did he have? 17. He still had 13 sacks in a sense against the rest of the league. So that's actually pretty good. And then
What about the interior defensive line? I can't even name a guy in the interior.
Oh no, no. And okay, that's where I'm going. The secondary for me is still an issue. I think they're going to rely more on Jesse Minter's scheme than the players that they have, in a sense, if that makes any sense. I still have questions about the safeties outside of Derwin James. So I have question mark. The linebackers I think are actually not that bad.
I don't know. Like do you think Denzel still has some play in there?
I think they really are excited about Junior Colson, and I think he's excited about Dayon Henley.
Is he okay though, Junior? I
asked, and somebody told me that it looked like it was fine.
Okay. Like, by the way, I had a story at SI saying give 5 names of defensive players who could be rookie of the year candidates. I threw in Junior in there because I've heard good things. He knows the coaching staff, Jim Harbaugh. He knows Jesse Minter. He's probably going to be a starter. So I put him as a dark horse. And
I actually think that's not bad. The Justin Simmons thing, Jorge, is that I've heard that he wants a lot of money. So that's kind of the issue there when it comes to him. He wants a lot of money. I'm sure if he would take less, because if you guys have noticed, Jim hasn't given anybody more than $4.5 million to $5 million in any free agent deal that they've made. So that's kind of the thing. If Justin's willing to go somewhere, I think Tennessee is a real possibility for Justin to go to be completely honest. But if I'm the Chargers, the reason why I'd get him is because he's the one that's intercepted Patrick Mahomes the most. Why wouldn't you go get a guy like that and then team him up with Derwin or put a low-key back there? And that's the thing, Jorge. They've signed a lot of – and that's another thing, Gilbert. A lot of guys are counting on this 1 year to kind of get themselves paid, and that'll help. But I agree with you. The Gus Edwards thing I think is interesting because he looks like he's a touchdown machine. He's just not a pull-away guy. It seems more like
you got to get to the red zone first before you get
no, and that's what I mean. The pull-away guys look like it's Jake. The home run hitter is J.K. Dobbins, if healthy. And that's another thing. Can he stay healthy? The kid that they drafted in the 6th round, though, looks like he could be the steal of the draft in a sense. Like, he looks like he could be that. He's different style than Isaiah Pacheco, but I just mean in that sense, where he could be solid. But again, the interior of the offensive line has been a problem. Remember, when Corey Linsley's gone down, this offensive line is not very good. So,
and Dan can tell you better than anybody else. If you don't have good interior offensive line play, you can't run the football.
And then that's another thing. Trey Pipkins, can he adjust to being a guard? That's going to be a big, if he really is going to be, because it looked like from some of the OTAs and some of the stuff that they've done, it looks like he is going to be a guard. So that's going to be interesting. But I kind of feel, Bozeman is an upgrade over Clapp. That one's for sure. Cause I remember Dan always would see him and he'd be like, God. So I remember Justin lit into his ass in that Packers game where he didn't snap him the ball. But I kind of agreed with you, but then I gave him 2 extra games because of the Jim Harbaugh effect. But the only thing is I do still have questions. Like I said, this is going to be a 2-year project for these guys. Like, they need 2 strong drafts to really do something. But I don't know, man, that Brendan Rice pick for me, I know he's a 7th rounder, but I could see a little Marquise Colston out of him where he ends up doing something and he ends up having a good career just because. And I know obviously the juniors never end up being as good as the senior. And I'm not saying that he's going to be as good as his dad, but I think the kid has a possibility of being very good and being a playmaker. He has his head on straight. Gilbert got to speak to him for what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, maybe like 15, 10. He was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
talkative.
So there you go. Jorge, I think it's the fact that he has the right mentality when you hear him speak, and the right mentality is almost like, what would you say, 60% of it? He has the physical tools, which is another 20.
Yeah.
And then
He has the numbers too, Fernando. Like he's one of the most
he
productive
scored a crap ton of
receivers.
touchdowns last year. That's the thing. Also, Jorge, in Colorado, his numbers were okay. He gets to USC. He had an okay junior year, and then his senior year, his numbers kind of jumped out. Not the yards, obviously. Like, well, yards went from like, what was it, 500 to 700, and then the touchdowns went from 4 to 12. So he's going to be a red zone target. And Jorge, I think anybody can get cut, to be honest. I don't think except for, I really don't think I think Quentin Johnston's probably the only one that probably wouldn't get cut just because of the contract.
First round pick, man.
Yeah.
Give him another year.
I think he's the only one that's safe. I think everybody else is kind of, well, and Josh Palmer, I guess. But I think everybody else is kind of, it's open season for anybody else because Harbaugh didn't draft any of these guys. Like Harbaugh didn't draft Darius Davis. He didn't draft any of those other guys. Well, he did draft Ladd and Cornelius, but no, I think Darius Davis, with these new rules, I think that helps Darius Davis make the team a little bit more just because of the new kickoff rules. But I agree with you. I still have a lot of question marks about this team, but I just feel like if he can just add the grit that he keeps on saying he wants to add, to grit, and the offensive line play could take them a ways away. But the problem is, and I still have question marks about it, is the defense. I know that there was a lot of complaining last year where players weren't happy. And the year before that, they would go to Ronaldo Hill and be like, hey, what the hell is going on? Like, why can't we switch away? And then obviously Ronaldo Hill takes another job somewhere else because it was a better opportunity for him.
Yeah, it was a mess, man.
And yeah, so but I mean, we'll see. The guy that I really like too is Cam Hart. I think Cam Hart was a very good selection. He's long, he's lengthy. I saw some video of him against Marvin Harrison Jr., and he actually did a really good job. By the way, somebody already tweeted out Marvin Harrison Jr. looked slow, and they were just like they were just running, like it wasn't even full blast. And I'm like, Jesus, like what's wrong with you people? So and I'm not gonna kill you for
and honestly,
I would say a difference of opinion, Jorge. Difference of opinion.
Like, and then
if you notice, a lot of the ex NFL players left the coaching staff. That's all I'm gonna say. So a lot of all of the ex NFL players basically left the coaching staff after that debacle. And you had a couple of people, yes, Jorge, yes, you had a lot of people saying, "Oh, there was Will Hoyt." I think came out and criticized the Jacksonville game. So yeah, it was. I mean, how the hell does your cornerback pick off the opposing quarterback 4 times?
Well, that's in the past. That's
no, I know.
Harbaugh.
I know.
But let me just say this, Fernando, before we go to the Rams. Like,
okay, yes.
Like honestly, I don't think you're far off with 10-7 because maybe there's a Jim Harbaugh factor, and maybe I'm giving them their 2 wins from the bad roster and the bad years and the history and the.
But you deserve to do that.
So so that's why I went from the 5-12 to to the 7-10. But honestly, I would not be shocked. Maybe I'll take the L if I'm underestimating what Jim Harbaugh does. But it did take him a couple years to get to the top of beating Ohio State to the world, right?
Yeah.
He did win right away. He was won everywhere he's gone. But I'm just saying I'm gonna like cool a little bit because I've gotten in trouble, and I'm sure many people have with the Chargers roster, and you're always gonna be somewhat in the race because you have Justin Herbert. But I gotta see it a little, and then maybe that's kind of like the weak move to wait a little bit, but I'm gonna wait this one out. But Fernando, I'm ready to give you the Rams breakdown if you want.
So is that that's your floor?
You know what? Yeah, sure. Like I'm telling you, I would not be shocked if you're right and it's 10-7. But I'm gonna be a little more reserved with my prediction.
No, and I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. You obviously have been around the team for freaking ever, so you know exactly how all this song and dance goes. So like I said, I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they went 7-9. I just think that they've kind of done everything right. They've hired a bunch of coaches. They've done a lot of stuff that they haven't done in the past. And that's what I'm interested to see, kind of how this team does moving forward. But I'm with you. I mean, if you tell me 7-9, I wouldn't be mad. If you tell me 10-7, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Okay. All right. Ready to do the Rams one?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Victor counting. Give me a thumbs up if you are. Okay. All right.
I think.
Maybe. But let's keep it a little quick here. Week 1 at Detroit, Sunday Night Football.
Loss.
Okay. At Arizona Cardinals. My Cardinals, apparently. Week 2.
At Cardinals?
Yeah. See, hey, now you're thinking about those Cardinals. They're going to be pesky.
Shoot. Who does Arizona?
Now you're doing too much, man.
I know, but who does Arizona start the season off with? I'll be quick. My bad. Okay, I'll say.
I want to say Buffalo. I think they play somebody tough.
Ooh, at Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh crap. I'll say loss or win.
So they're 1-1 right now. Okay.
1-1.
Week 3 versus the 49ers at SoFi Stadium.
Loss.
Okay. Week 4 at Chicago Bears, 10 a.m. time.
I'll say loss.
Wow. Okay. Week 5 versus Green Bay Packers. That's not an easy one.
Where?
At SoFi.
Win.
Okay. They get a bye week after that, and then week
Yeah,
7.
week 5 also.
Week 6.
Week 6. Okay.
So that week 7 they come back and play the Raiders at home.
Win.
Okay. Week 8 versus the Vikings, who I have doing very poorly, by the way, on Thursday Night Football at home.
No. Win.
Okay. Week 9 at Seattle could be tough.
Loss.
Okay. Week 10 versus your Miami Dolphins at home Monday Night Football.
Win.
Okay. Win. Week 11.
By the way, some I'm not even gonna say what, but somebody had them going 14-3 or 15-2. Something.
Miami?
No, going 10-0 in their first 10 games.
Miami or
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see it, but
you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I do. Week
no,
11.
he's saying my Miami Dolphins, Jorge, because he because of Dan, not because of me.
Week 11 at New England Patriots, 10 a.m. time.
I'll say win.
Week 12, tough one versus the Eagles at home, Sunday Night Football.
Loss.
Week 13 against
Cooper DeJean is gonna have 2 picks.
I think it's a Gene. I don't
Whatever.
know. Week 13 at
I'm a white boy, but my neck is red. I put Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread. Yeah.
I got peas in my head. Week 13 at New Orleans Saints, you're Derek Carr.
Oh, that's a win.
Okay. Week 14 at home versus the Buffalo Bills.
Come to SoFi?
Yeah.
I'll say loss. Because this is what? December? No, end of November?
Could be late in November. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Buffalo usually finishes strong.
Week 15 at 49ers, Thursday Night Football. That's a tough 2-game stretch there. Okay. Week 16 at New York Jets, 10 a.m.
Oof.
That's a brutal 3-game stretch right there, actually.
Is Matthew Stafford vaccinated?
I don't know. I think he was forced to, probably.
No. Shoot. I'll go loss.
Wow. 3-game losing streak right there. Week 17 versus the Cardinals at home.
Win.
Week 18 versus the Seahawks at home.
Win.
All right. What do we got, Victor?
They're making the playoffs the way I
want
it.
I don't think so. I think you had them like 8 and 9, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Maybe 9 and 8. You got a 3-game losing streak in there somewhere. Yeah, 9 and 8 according to Victor. So maybe it could be good enough for a wild card. But
what'd you have him at?
I had him 11 and 6. So I feel like that was too high. So I kind of like yours a little better. Maybe it's 10 and 7. But yeah.
But probably
Delber's not happy with you. See?
Oh. It's because I think about so many factors and so many different things. Like I hate doing. I love putting people on the spot with these, but I hate doing them.
Yeah.
Like I start thinking about all kinds of different like stuff. I'm like, okay, this, that, bang, boom, bam. But I have them sweeping the Cardinals. I have them splitting with the
Seahawks.
Jorge. But no, I it's not an indecision, it's calculated decision.
Hey, so you technically have the Chargers doing better than the Rams. That could be interesting.
By the way, did you see I appreciate that, Jorge. Did you see somebody had them from NFL.com that it could be a Chargers Rams Super Bowl?
Man, are
I actually
people
thought
really
that
that
was
high on
funny.
that? Honestly, a lot of people have told me they really like both LA teams. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's
There's-
a little too overboard.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. All right, Gilbert, let's move over to the boxing ring. Obviously, Oleksandr Usyk. No,
Usyk.
Usyk.
Not Kyle.
If he jumps on the show, I'll get it right. He ended up beating Tyson Fury, split decision. But obviously what round was it? The 9th round where he just literally let it fly.
He knocked him down, but he never actually hit the canvas. I think the referee gave.
Bro, that it's hard to knock somebody that big down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like,
but he's been down a lot in his career, though.
Yeah. So obviously, Gilbert, you had him going into this fight winning. You're the boxing expert, so I kind of lean more towards you. I saw Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia both said that they felt like he won. That Fury had won the fight. So, damn! Look at Gilbert. He's so proud of himself for calling this one. So obviously, Gilbert, what did you see in this fight? God, what did you see from this fight, and did you feel like the judges got it right?
I think so, and it kind of went as I predicted, because this is going to be a really, high skill level boxing match, and I don't know if people give Tyson Fury enough credit because he is a massive dude, but for that size to move like the way he does and the skill that he has, like he just gives people an awkward stance and he just gives you a lot of trouble. He'll pick you apart, and to be 6'9", and then Fernando, here's where maybe he got a little bit in trouble. He came in top shape. He was a slim Tyson Fury, Fernando. Like, I was worried about his work ethic. I'm like, oh crap, this guy came to fight, but I think he lost a little too much weight because his advantage is the size, and you're trying to outbox, but you're very skilled, Tyson Fury, but you're trying to outbox maybe the best boxer on the planet. Maybe Terrence Crawford could say something about that, but when it comes to just skills, technician, doesn't get better than Terrence Crawford and Oleksandr Usyk. So for Fury to trying to get on that level, maybe he's top 5 when it comes to skills like that, but he wasn't on that level, and that maybe got him in trouble. Obviously, if he had a little more pop. The thing about Usyk, Fernando, is like, I've seen him fight massive heavyweights. He fought Anthony Joshua twice. We saw what Joshua did to Ngannou. We seen Joshua have power. He couldn't pop Oleksandr Usyk because he's so crafty. He fights off his back foot, his front foot. He's a ring general. He dictates the pace. And then he has this awkward style where he does have a good power, maybe not enough to drop big heavyweights, but he comes in punches and bunches. He gets it in a good flurry. And then we saw no pun with Fury, the 15-punch combination to somewhat drop Tyson Fury. So he comes in waves. He's just a smart person. So things that I expected came out. But the weird thing is, like, Tyson Fury needed to find one more advantage because his strengths is Oleksandr Usyk's strengths, and he just does it better. But Tyson Fury's one strength that he does not have is size and power. He didn't really lean on it too much for me. So I think being slim, trying to quiet people saying, hey, he's out of shape, he's sluggish, maybe kind of fell into the trap a little bit of that. Like, if he was bigger and used his pop, I think that would have helped him win the fight. But hey, we get a rematch, and I thought it was a good fight.
I thought it was a great fight. The only thing is, I thought he was showboating a little bit too much, Tyson, at times. And I kind of felt like that kind of did him in at some point. By the way, this is Oleksandr this morning.
Hi, everybody, people. I want to say thank you so much, all who support me, who support my country. For me, it's very important. I really appreciate this. Slava Bogу za vse.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I think that was kind of a shot at Tyson Fury for what he said after the I thought that was funny though.
Yeah, he said they had a broken jaw. I'm like, he looks fine to me.
Well, they said that they sent him to the hospital, but he said that he might have had a small injury to the jaw. But what I thought was funny was after the fight, Fury's like, they gave him the match because his country's at war and all this
What?
other stuff.
I didn't see
You didn't
that.
hear that?
No, I kind of was
Yeah,
like back and forth
Tyson.
watching it. I didn't hear the
Yeah,
end.
no, Tyson said that. He's like, oh, his country's at war, so obviously they're gonna give him the fight.
He's
But
on a home turf. He's in Saudi Arabia. What are we doing?
Tyson was he was slurring his words, so a lot of people felt like he
Mm.
had a concussion. But
Didn't somebody say Happy New Year? Well, I think I saw a video of
he
Tyson
did. No,
Fury. Yeah.
he did. Yeah, Fury
Yeah.
said something about
But he's a
January.
prankster though. I don't know if he's being legit or not. But yeah, he
I
kept
don't
saying-
know, but I actually thought that. So I kind of gave the first 2 rounds to Fury, and I know a lot of people gave the first 2 rounds to Usyk, and I had kind of given them to Fury. But the thing is that onslaught that he had in the 9th and 10th, and I think it was 11th, that kind of changed everything for him.
Yeah.
I don't, and the thing is too, we don't know how judges go when it comes to these kinds of fights because, and again, I'm not saying that it was rigged or anything. I thought Usyk was incredible. I was at freaking Nordstrom Mall. I'm almost buying, was picking out an outfit. I was watching it on my phone and stuff. Shout out to you, Gilbert, for that one. But I kind of thought, I don't know how, again, I don't know how judges do it. But there are times where we've heard, remember what fight was it where one judge gave I think they gave Canelo it was 117, something.
118, 110 against Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah,
first match.
So I don't know if the kind of the onslaught gave Usyk everything. Again, I don't know. I had Fury at one point winning, but at the same time after that 9th and 10th, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think because Fury never put together a round compared to those 2 rounds. So I thought that kind of gave him the fight. I'm interested to see what Fury will decide to change for the next fight in October. What is he going to do differently? Like you said, I thought at times he showboated way too much instead of kind of getting on him. There was at one point where one of his uppercuts rocked Usyk, and I thought, okay, he's going to get on him, and he didn't. He kind of backed off in a little bit. I'm like, why aren't you getting on him? I think he really respected Usyk's power. And I think that was kind of the thing that kind of got him. He's like, you know what? I respect exactly what he's doing. And so he decided to kind of lay off a little bit. So I was a little, I was a little thrown off by that. But I think Fury, you've already taken your first loss. Next fight, come out like you don't give a crap. Just come out and not
use your size. And
you don't have anything to lose when it comes to this. Again, he was hitting him for most of the first few rounds. And then all of a sudden, he kind of just laid off. And I'm like, why are you laying off? Like, why are you not going at them? So I was a little confused by that. But again, I understand. Obviously, I understand what's it called. I understand that he had to fight his fight. But I think giving him a rematch, I think Fury needs to come out with something different and kind of change it up. But I wasn't disappointed with the fight at all. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was something that boxing needed. And then obviously Jorge now talks about Tyson versus Jake Paul. So but I'm interested to see kind of how that happens. But Gilbert, real quick, I know you kind of gave your pound for pound last week. Here is Ring Magazine's pound for pounds. They have Usyk. They have Inoue. They have Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Berterbeev. Okay, yeah. Bivol. Yeah. Bivol. Errol Spence. Gervonta Davis. Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And Nakatani.
There you go. For the Ring Magazine, I think they overrate Inoue. They're probably a part of it, but like if Inoue was your guy, you're really gonna flip flop after one fight for Usyk, I guess. But I'm fine with Oleksandr being number one on the pound for pound. But for me, it's still Terrence Crawford. Like this list kind of, no offense, screams what you remember the most. You know, recency bias. There you go.
Yeah, recency bias.
So to me, like Terrence Crawford, put it this way: there's nobody that could do what he could do fighting southpaw and a righty. Like he could beat you in whatever stance you want.
By the way, Tyson did that twice. He lined up southpaw twice in
So
at the
that's
beginning
what
of
I'm
the fight.
saying. He was trying to outbox Usyk when like he's really good at that, but not against that guy. So that to me was kind of questionable. But going with Crawford when it comes to pound for pound and skills, like if you want to say southpaw, right side, whatever it is, body shots, whatever combination you want to have, footwork, IQ, it's all. He's a nasty, bad mother. Shut your mouth, Terrence Crawford. And I know he hasn't fought in a year, and we forgot, but. And maybe that could be kind of a knock. Maybe he's getting a little older now. He's like 35. I forget. But I still haven't seen anybody do what Terrence Crawford just did a year ago to Errol Spence, number 7 on the ranking, by the way. So I still got Crawford. Give me Usyk, number 2, who I had last time, right? So I kind of nailed those 2 right there. And then number 3, I think maybe I had Gervonta too high, but I still like Gervonta. I think he's a little underrated. He's a star power machine. He's a pay-per-view machine. But they don't, for some reason, they don't take him seriously when it comes to the pound for pound rankings. What was he, like number 8 or 9 on that ranking? So to me, I go number 3. And then I'll have, you know what? I have it now in number 4. But here's where I will change it up from last time, Fernando. I think I have Canelo 6 because how can you have Bibble behind Canelo and Bibble beat Canelo? And I totally forgot about that. That's on me. So give me Bibble number 5. Give me Canelo number 6. And then B3B, I go number 7. After that, I don't really care. But those are really my top 7.
What
And real quick, shout out to Moyes in the comments. I'm disappointed about Bibble and B3B not being a fight on. I think they're supposed to fight June 1st, but it got postponed.
What happened with? Why does he have to give up the championship?
So I guess they've been putting off the mandatory challenger to fight. I want to say it was Usyk's one. He had 3 belts, so he was supposed to fight somebody, and they're like, "No, hold on. Like I'm going to fight Tyson Fury. Give me an exception." But now there's a rematch, and I guess I want to say it's IBF. IBF said, like, we've been waiting for you for years, man. Like, you're either going to fight for this title to the mandatory challenger. It's stupid rules in boxing, man. Yeah, hopefully that fight happens soon. I was really excited to see it. But I guess the challenger deserves a shot. And Usyk just said, like, honestly, he's a nobody. No offense to the guy. Nobody knows the guy. So you're not going to make money. You'd rather fight Tyson Fury for the rematch. So I think Usyk's going to vacate the title to let that guy fight for the title. But I don't know. If I was, the challenger, I will wait for Usyk because he's a big name. You get more attention. Yeah. But he wants a title shot. You give him a title shot. You drop it. You go fight Tyson Fury for more money. But that's why it went 25 years, Fernando, for the last time there was an undisputed heavyweight championship fight, because there's 4 belts and 4 different rules and 4 different challengers. And it's just like, it's all about the money. You go fight for money. You don't care about the belts. That's why it took 25 years.
No, I completely agree. Adhir, go ahead and ask your question. By the way, did you see Cristiano Ronaldo was there? Obviously, Gilbert. I hope you know who that is.
I saw him.
So a girl asked him for his autograph, and she makes Anthony Joshua hold the jersey, and Cristiano signs it. Then she gives Anthony Joshua her phone and says, "Can you take a picture of us?" And Anthony Joshua kind of just stands there like, "Oh yeah, for sure."
He has no idea what that is.
I honestly, I wanted to show it to you, but unfortunately, like they're assholes with it, and I feel like I would get hit with something. So I don't want to get hit with anything. But I was just laughing. I was like, "Wow, Anthony must be like, what the hell." So I thought it was actually pretty.
Well,
funny.
he was kind of been like he was like a little bit of a dick to the media when he was in Saudi Arabia, and they're like, "What's your prediction?" He was like, "I don't care who wins." He just walks away. So like maybe it was a little bit of karma for being a little rude to people.
Athir, hurry up and answer your question because we're gonna move on to something else. Gilbert, by the way, you were talking about who's gonna play receiver and all that. By the way, I have video of how it's gonna go during training camp. Are you ready for this?
I know what
this is how how Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz are gonna decide.
So which of you fine gentlemen would like to join our team? Oh, there's only one spot open right now, so we're gonna have tryouts.
That's a good way to do it. Just fight to the death. Why not?
That's how they're gonna do it. But all right, Gilbert. Obviously, this weekend is WWE King of the Ring. Speaking of Saudi Arabia last weekend had Gilbert, real quick. He's Athir is asking. He's worried about the Chargers secondary. What do you expect from Jesse Minter's secondary? in the
In the
first
first
half
half.
against the Raiders. Stay in the game.
This is a very specific question. The first half against the Raiders.
Well, I think obviously because you're going
Yeah,
up against
Devontae.
Monte Adams, the kid from New England, Jacoby Myers. He's been solid for them, and then obviously you have the two-headed monster at tight end with Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. So, by the way, Brock Bowers looks like he's aged a lot. So
yeah, he's like he has a little the hair
receding
here,
hairline,
and then he has
yeah.
a bunch of
You should just
bald
pull
in
a
the back.
Keenan Allen and just shave it all off.
Yeah, I know, but he's holding on to that little front part there.
That's why Keenan does the whole beard, the big beard, because of that. By the way, he gave a shout out today to to all that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, for the question here, like obviously you gotta wonder who's gonna be the quarterback. Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell. Like I don't know if this is actual real noise, but it sounds like they're gonna give Aiden O'Connell a fair shot. I don't know why. I'd rather go Gardner Minshew if I'm being honest here. I think Aiden O'Connell's good enough to just run the football and then have a passer now and then. I think at least Minshew gives you a fighting chance when you fall behind. But that's a different story. So depending on who's the quarterback, they're probably gonna run the football a lot. To answer the question here, it's gonna be, Antonio Pierce's smash mouth football, which I don't mind. Zamir White really proved himself last year. So that could be a good test for the interior of the defensive line. And then for the second half, they'll push the secondary there because, obviously you got Devontae Adams, you got the two tight ends there. But that's actually a good test. Like you're not facing a top quarterback, but still enough weapons to really test Jesse Minter's defense. And I really like Jesse Minter's defense. I think a lot of people going off the Mike McDonald scheme, Jesse Minter is a good amount of coordinators running that scheme now. But the thing is, like, how long is it going to take for Derwin James and the gang to get used to the scheme here? And who knows? It could take a while. Maybe it can't. Who knows? So that's kind of a tough question for me to answer. But it's a good test to get it acclimated to the new scheme.
They're gonna rely on a lot of young, unproven players, so that's basically what I'm getting from it. All right, Gilbert. This weekend is King and Queen of the Ring. So I'm just gonna real quick pick out who I think are gonna win. Obviously, it's in Saudi Arabia again, so let's go with the first. So obviously well, I can't pick the King and Queen of the Ring yet because there's still matches going on tonight and Friday to determine it. But I'll just say I think it's going to be Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga. That way you can get the bloodline. Gilbert, what they're doing with the bloodline right now is kind of trickling, and they're doing a lot of stuff where Paul Heyman says he has not spoken to Roman Reigns. And
man, I can't wait for that pop, man.
Solo Sikoa is like, I speak to him every day, and Paul Heyman's like why haven't I spoken to him? Gilbert, that LA Knight was out there wrestling and everything against what's it called, against Tama, and all you could hear is we want Roman. So fans are very excited for that. I'll say it's gonna be Tama. It's gonna be Tama versus Jey Uso for the final of the King of the Ring. I kind of want to say Tama's gonna win, but I think they owe Jey Uso one, so I think Jey Uso wins that one and then gets the crap beat out of him by the new bloodline. So I'll go with that. On the other side, I'll say it seems like they're really pushing Bianca Belair to win this, so I'll say Bianca wins the Queen of the Ring. Actually, no. I'll go upset. I'll say Nia Jax wins.
I was gonna say I saw what happened with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, she beat your girl this weekend, so I'll say Nia wins it. Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Brunson Reed. I say Sami Zayn retains. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan is close to being that next star. She's had her chances, but I'll say Becky ends up retaining. But I think Liv is close. And then obviously Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. I have Cody Rhodes retaining that championship. So I definitely what the other championship? Oh, I'm sure what's the name from the Judgment Day? I'm sure he's gonna defend his championship.
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. It hasn't come out yet, but I'm sure he's gonna defend the championship as well. So we'll see what happens there, but that's kind of my prediction for those.
What's going on with Randy Orton and Solo? I saw the promo.
So they've been kind of going at it lately. So I think that's going to lead to a match down the line. I just think they're waiting to use it. But it kind of seems like it's Randy Orton, Kevin Owens against the Bloodline right now, the new Bloodline, and you could tell Paul Heyman's just not into it right now. Like he's kind of like he's following, but he's following a little bit kind of with his arms up. Doesn't know what to do. He didn't receive anything from the tribal chief, so he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. But it seems like that's kind of the feud right now, and it seems like that feud's gonna run for a little bit. But Solo, Tama, they're doing a good job. I actually have been really impressed with the way they've been kind of able to keep it up without Roman, without Seth, without everything. So I think there's another pay-per-view where the microscope is going to be on Triple H and see how they do without their big heavy hitters. I'm surprised they're not going to use they're not using any outside reinforcements like, I don't know, Brock Lesnar or Goldberg or something like that. Like they usually bring a veteran, a big name veteran to go in and wrestle out there, and they're not doing it this time. So I'm actually very surprised that they're doing that. But we'll see, because the Saudi Arabia people, they love those old school wrestlers. So I'm surprised they're not doing it, but we'll see what ultimately happens. But yeah, I just wanted to be quick with that, Gilbert, because I know we gotta move on. So obviously let's bring in Vic the producer to do rapid fire. Oh yeah. Move it. What's up, Vic? How you doing?
Doing good here. Let me fix this for us. Oh, there you go.
Well, he won last week anyway, so he.
Yeah, that's true. Look at that. This is pretty good. So we're gonna change it up here. Instead of doing the two boxes, I'm gonna join in here. I heard people wanted to see my face more, so we're gonna change it up here a little bit. How you guys doing?
Doing well, sir.
Chilling.
Yeah,
Monday.
Nice. All right,
I might be off, Victor, but maybe your mic might be disconnected, but I could be off. Not sure.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
All right,
we can hear you, but it's not like usual, like your usual.
A little echoey.
Oh, sorry about that.
Good.
We're good. All right then. All right, guys, let's start off. Like Fernando said, you won last week, so we're gonna kick off with Gilbert here. So
wait, are you punting? Or are you taking the ball
going first?
Oh, you know what? I'll take the ball because I'm already here anyways.
All right, there we go. All right, now that the schedule is out, we can get into some NFL season predictions. Let's start this week with which team will go from last to first this season. Over the last 4 years, we've seen Washington in 2020, Bengals in 2021, Jaguars in 2022, and the Texans last year go from last to winning the division. With that said, what team will go from last to first this season?
Come on! I already know which one he's gonna go with.
Let me give you the options before he answers. Yeah. Chargers, Titans, Panthers, Bengals, Cardinals, Patriots, Commanders, and Bears. All right, Gilbert, it's your floor.
All right. You know what? I'll make a rule right here. We can't pick the Bengals. We got to make it interesting, okay? Everybody's going on the no Bengals, okay? We all will pick them, okay? So to put some pressure on you guys.
I wonder who Gilbert will choose.
What do you think?
The Bears. I'm not dumb.
No, I really like the Lions, though. They're not going to win the division. That's why I like. That's the question is, right? From first to last. So
yes,
I don't see them topping the Lions. So I will go.
You only have three other choices.
I'm going with the Commanders. Obviously, I like the Eagles to win the division, but I will go with the Commanders because honestly, I like what the new GM Adam Pearce did this offseason. He got a bunch of players who could actually play and fill roster holes. They're not household names, they're not star players, but when you're a rebuilding franchise, the thing you get in trouble with is you just spend a bunch of money and then you get screwed over with the cap space. You get desperate and you get overboard. But he spent he took chances, underrated players like Dorrance Armstrong didn't get to play behind Michael Parsons. It didn't cost him a lot, so he gave him some money to play with Dan Quinn, who he knows. He got Dante Fowler, Cleveland Farrell, who didn't do much as a top 5 pick, but he's an underrated run defender and he can rush the passer. It's a good rotation. You got Bobby Wagner, you got Frankie Lubo,
what?
You got Jeremy Chin. They actually now have a defense. The last year for Ron Rivera, I feel bad for him, but he had crappy defense. Now you got guys who can actually play and guys who know Dan Quinn's scheme. So it could be a quicker adjustment phase. At the big key here. Remember last time you asked me who to put the farm on to be Rookie of the Year? I went Jaden Daniels, so maybe you shouldn't be so surprised. I don't know what Austin Eckler has left, but he's a friendly pass catcher out of the backfield to help out. I like Scary Terry. I got to see more from Jahan Dotson. The offensive line really kind of worries me. The play caller worries me too in Cliff Kingsbury. But Jaden's one of those guys where if you're gonna be a mobile quarterback and they don't know how to play you, you could make some trouble against the defense because when they see you second time around, that's when you get in trouble with guys like that. But he's going to be a rookie. I don't feel confident, but you asked me a question. I will rather go with the Commanders here to, beat the Eagles and the Cowboys. No Bengals.
That's really interesting. I thought you would go with the Bears, but yeah, you're on the what's it called? You're on the Detroit Lions bandwagon. I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans. Man, there's something about the Houston Texans that I just don't trust right now. I think everybody is gonna have a year to prepare for them. Everybody's had a full off season. Having Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs in the same locker room, there's a lot of question marks I have there. I mean, Tennessee's added a lot of good pieces. I mean, you look at L'Jarius Sneed, obviously, he struggled in the playoffs, I think, but I think he'll be able to do just fine. Their defensive coordinator, I can't remember his name right now, but he's from Baltimore, I believe. Is that a yes? Yeah. He's from Baltimore. So obviously he's gonna know obviously about tough-nosed defenses, all that.
Anthony Weaver, I forget.
It was their I can't remember right now.
No, he might be the Miami one. Never mind.
Oh yeah,
Is it Denard Wilson? There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Calvin Ridley joined. Tony Pollard, we'll see what he has. Awuzie joined. Cushenberry joined. So you have some pieces there. I know everybody wants me to say Kenneth Murray, but I will not. But I think that the Titans, the thing is, the Will Levis thing is going to kind of be the man. If they had Derrick Henry with all these weapons, then I really would say, damn, okay, they got something. But I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I think, and the problem is that the Chargers, obviously, the Chiefs are still at the top. The Panthers get real. The Cardinals, only Gilbert believes in them. The Patriots, I can't. And the Bears, the only reason is the Lions, and then obviously I have some question marks about Caleb Williams. I don't think he's a slam. And you know what? It's not even the questions that I have on Caleb Williams. I think I have more questions about the coaching staff. And that's kind of the similar questions that I have about the Raiders as well. That, like, I know that the Bears went on a hot streak towards the end. The Raiders kind of went on a hot streak, but now that honeymoon phase is kind of over. Well, and they're different teams, but I think that the Titans kind of might be able to do something. And then Callahan's always been great with the Bengals. He's always done a really good job with the defense or with the offense. And I really think that the Titans could be a team that can turn around. No, I didn't do this because Vic last week had them as one of his surprise teams. But yeah, he had him as a surprise team. Gilbert had 4 surprise teams, but
kills one eventually.
I have the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I'm with you, Fernando. I'm giving you the point there, and with what you said, I mean, also take into consideration, as I talked about with the AFC South, we've seen it with the Texans the year before and the Jaguars. And then that Texans, I was looking at that Texans, and we'll get into it later on with the schedule. I mean, that's a tough schedule for the Texans as well. I do like the Commanders, your pick there as well, Gilbert, but I just think that's a gauntlet to go through the Cowboys and the Eagles as well. But one of the things we've seen with the NFC East is that there's been the past 18 years, there's been a different winner of that division. So you're onto something there, Gilbert. But I just think, the times are most prime there just because, what they've done. And like I said, too, the team that spent the most money, during the offseason usually, ends up gaining 3 or more wins. So I'm with you guys, and I appreciate you guys not going with the Bengals, because that would have been the answer, honestly.
Nah, I don't even think so.
It's tough either way. They got Baltimore.
What's his name said on the Pat McAfee show, Darius Butler, that he had the same hand injury as Burrow, and that they make you throw. Like, he's like, I had to change he's like, and I'm not even a quarterback. I had to change the way I did a lot of things. His hand is going to be completely different next year, so we'll see how he does. But I don't know. I don't trust the Bengals as much as and there seems to be a lot of tension there with T. Higgins and Trey Hendrickson and all that. So that's not a good recipe. But my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a good point by you. All right, up 1-0 here, Fernando. What is the most bizarre schedule quirk this season? The Chiefs playing on 6 of the 7 days of the week, or the Giants and Cowboys playing both their matchups on Thursday? Both have not happened in almost 100 years.
So the Cowboys are playing on a Thursday night football game against them, and then they're playing again on Thanksgiving Day
Thursday.
against them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both matchups this season against between the Giants and Cowboys are on Thursday, and then the Chiefs are playing. The only day they're not playing out of the week is on a Tuesday.
On Tuesday. By the way, schedule makers, do you guys not listen to me? Nobody cares about the Giants and the Cowboys. Stop putting that shit on TV. Nobody cares about that. God, I hate it. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. That's a lot of different days that they're gonna be playing games like that, and down the stretch, that's gonna take. See, the thing is that I feel like at one point that has to take effect into your team, and I understand everybody's gonna be like, no, the Chiefs are different. They have a different mentality. This, that, yeah, but the last 4 years they've gone deep into the playoffs. They're at one point that all catches up with you. That's going to be a gauntlet in and of itself. And then the teams that they're playing, it's not going to be easy. Even when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's not going to be easy. They have a tough-nosed defense. There's a lot of teams that they play that is going to be very tough to watch. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs playing all those games. I mean, they're playing on Christmas. They're playing on Black Friday. They're playing a lot of different days. Why? Because the Chiefs are the most interesting team. And oh, hey, guess what? They have Taylor Swift behind them. I think that's one of the driving forces behind all this. And now there's rumors that supposedly they made their schedule around her. And the reason why I think that is true is because the schedule maker was on the Dan Patrick show, one of them. And he's like, no, that's just a coincidence. My huevos, that it's a coincidence. Like, we all know that was true. So there's only like 3 games where she'll have to miss. But the rest of them, she's going to go unless her and what's his name break up within the next couple months. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
So you're saying the Chiefs don't get all the breaks, huh? Apparently, there's no Chiefs favoritism or help here. Where's Dan and Daygo when you need them, man? They do have a tough schedule. They got to play every day of the week, pretty much. So, Dan, where are you for this one? But whatever. Honestly, I would have gone with the Chiefs, but just to be a little different. It's weird that they get the 2 Thursday games. The Giants and the Cowboys. Honestly, like they made me pick all the games in the NFC. I had the Giants being the Cowboys like one time. I don't remember if it was Thanksgiving or early in the season. And people lost it in the comments on social media when SI posted it. Like, no way the Cowboys are going to lose to the Giants. Every year, like divisional rivals beat each other up. But you just never know. So shut up, people. People are crying all the time. Having fun with the predictions. But Thursday, it's a weird wrinkle, I guess. It's also a little weird that a lot of teams got 2 Thursday night games, sometimes 3. So it's just the NFL trying to keep the Cowboys.
The Chargers got like none.
Yeah, got none. So like the Cowboys, I think I'm not too surprised. It's a little weird though, but like Fernando said, it's too much fatigue with the NFC East and the Cowboys. But for the league to find ways to keep them on prime time, what's the best way to do it? Thursday, because all those games are on prime time.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gilbert. I think the 2 Thursdays games. I mean, we are we surprised that the Chiefs would be playing? I'm surprised they're not playing all week long. Like they didn't find a way to put them on Tuesday. With 2 Thursday games, that kind of it just seems weird to me. I mean, you couldn't have find a quirk there, like find a one of those. The other one was the Eagles, which I'll get to. The Eagles and Cowboys don't get a primetime game for the first time since 1983. That one was also weird. So
yeah, but they get that 125 game, America's game of the week, and that kind of counts, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But I just thought this one was a weird one, was a Thursday one. All right, tied up 1-1 here as we go to the third question. Jared Goff became the latest QB to join the $50 million per season club, joining Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, and Lamar Jackson. By the start of the season, which of these quarterbacks will be the highest paid quarterback? Will it be Tua, Dak, Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, or Jordan Love? Remember,
we're just these guys, right? Not like
these guys
pass Patrick Mahomes or anything.
No,
right?
From these guys, who will be the highest paid quarterback come the beginning of the season? Because they're all up for new contracts.
Well, Brock Purdy, not really. It's going to be year 3, and you can't make a contract until after year 3. So I'm not going to have him on here. Matthew Stafford could be on a short-term deal because he's in the back end of his career. You know what? I got it. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I kind of want to go Jordan Love. You know what? I'll change my answer here because I think Trevor Lawrence hasn't proved it enough. He has probably the most upside. I think I still believe in the upside, but I just haven't seen it. So I think the Packers saw what Jordan Love did a year ago and just said, "F it, that's enough. We got to lock up this guy here." And Miami might cave because of Tua is still on the younger side. But Dak, you already seen enough. Like, okay, no more of this. Getting on a bunch of money. Maybe he might not get it. But Jordan Love is very young. Had his first year as a starter. Kind of like a weird quirk because he didn't play his first 3 years, and now you have to pay the guy. He proved himself right away. So I think the Packers won't mess around. They'll lock him up. They'll make him one of the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Like if you give Jared Goff 50 mil, you better give I think Jordan Love the amount or the same or maybe more because in terms of upside and skill set and age, he has all that on his side. But honestly, like maybe Fernando you could take away from here, but like Jordan Love in that 1 year, did he already have a better year than whatever Trevor Lawrence has done? Because I don't remember a year where Lawrence was that good. Like I like him, he has upside, but I gotta have a Lawrence here where like that guy's a stud. He's gonna be an MVP candidate. We just haven't had it.
Dak to I think I can't choose Tua because it seems like Miami wants to put a lot of different things in in his contract to protect themselves, which I would too. Who did you go with? Trevor Lawrence?
No, I switched in the middle of my sentence. Jordan Love.
Oh wow. You know what? I'll go Trevor Lawrence just because it seems like what's his name? Doug Peterson just came out and said that they're working very hard to do it. So I think they really want Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, there's a lot of question marks about him and what he's going to be moving forward. But I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence. I think he's the next quarterback to get paid. He has that one playoff win. Obviously, they took the Chiefs to the end of the game. But I think he's still writing off that a little bit, and I think he'll be the next guy paid for sure.
Yeah, I would have given you the point there, Fernando, but you said he's the next one to get paid. I was asking who would be the highest paid by the beginning of the season, and I would think that Jordan Love is going to be the one that gets paid right before the season starts. So I'm going to give the point there just to be fair to Gilbert because that was the question there. So now moving on, Gilbert up 2-1 here, Fernando. Which team has the toughest schedule this season, the Steelers or the Bills? And let me just give you some notes here just to kind of help you out with your decision here, Fernando. The Bills get 3 playoff teams in their first 4 games, 3 consecutive, all of which are on primetime. Buffalo plays 4 primetime games in the first 6 weeks at the Dolphins, Jaguars, Ravens, Jets, and they also play the Texans in a 1 p.m. game in that stretch. The Steelers don't play an AFC North opponent until Week 11. Pittsburgh plays 6 AFC North opponents in the final 8 games, with the non-divisional game sandwich in between them being the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Go ahead, Fernando.
I'll go with the Steelers. Not having to play an AFC North opponent until Week 11. Then obviously you still in the middle of when you do get to play all of them, it's going to be Philadelphia, Kansas City. Obviously division games mean a lot. By that time, we won't know who the quarterback is. It might be Justin Fields. It might still be Russell Weirdo. We don't know what's going to happen. So I definitely think the Steelers have the tougher schedule. That's why I said before the season started, I think Russell Wilson's going to do something that no other quarterback's been able to do, and that's cost this fool cost him Mike Tomlin a winning record or winning season just because I just don't see. I see that they have some good players, but the quarterback position is just the biggest question mark. And then you're hearing stuff out of Chicago where they're saying that Justin Fields, that Nick Foles, and whoever else the other backup quarterback was at the time, I can't remember his name. They try to sit down with Justin, and Justin's like, "No, I'm good. I got it. No, don't trip. I got this. That. Okay. Well, I have the Steelers having a tougher schedule because they're going to take a beating when it comes to all these teams that they're going to suddenly have to play. They play teams tough, but I still think that it's going to be very hard down that stretch.
By week 11, I would not be surprised if Justin Fields is a starting quarterback for the Steelers. I still don't understand why they really are high on Russell Wilson to be the starter and not even compete, but whatever. And honestly, I probably would have gone with the Steelers because that's a very difficult schedule in the back half of their schedule. But you know what? I can make an argument for the Bills here because they are going through an adjustment period without Stephon Diggs, without a lot of core guys on defense, like the veteran guys that they all cut and release, like two new safeties, a couple linebackers, a couple guys on the defensive front. So those early games, like the first 4 months of the season in prime time, like it's a lot of pressure for them to gel quickly and find chemistry. A lot of young guys got to step up too. Like that's where Josh Allen's going to have to make his money. Like for a lot of times, Josh Allen has to be the hero, for the playoff stretch and things like that. But like he's got to be on it right away. And honestly, I think the Bills could be better. And I made this argument before without Stephon Diggs because that makes Josh Allen be at ease. And when he plays hero ball, he gets in trouble. So maybe get the system going, run the football with James Cook, get Dalton Kincaid involved, get your new weapons involved, Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, the guy who shops at Macy. So it's tough to get people acclimated and going, but I think this might be good in the end for Josh Allen. So it's good and bad, but it's tough for them because you could easily lose a couple games, maybe 3. But last year we saw them have a slow start and they still caught up.
Yeah, you guys made some great points on both teams there. And honestly, what it comes down to, as Fernando pointed out, I think with the Steelers, I mean, that back end of that schedule is just tough. Like, they're going to have to get on a roll just to be able to, get to a good start, just to be able to keep Mike Tomlin's streak of winning seasons in place there. And so that's why I give here the point to Fernando, because I think it's, they got to get out to like a 7-2, somewhere in that, because that back end, those final 8 games are just brutal.
I think the Jets have a tough go out of it too.
Yeah, they're in that same spot too. But all right, guys, last question for just to wrap this up here, and it has to do with another. What is the most odd primetime schedule, Kirk, this season? The Eagles and Cowboys not having a standalone game for the first time since 2003, or the Jets becoming the first team in NFL history to have 6 primetime games in the first 11 weeks of the season.
Ugh. I think what Fernando has with the Cowboys, I have with the Jets. Like, I don't care about the New York Jets. Like, who asked for this? Who said, you know what? We're patiently waiting for Aaron Rodgers to get healthy because we really missed it last year. I didn't miss crap. I just saw Zach Wilson, have terrible games. They were so boring. I'm over it, Fernando. I don't know why you care about Aaron Rodgers. Like, is he even good? He's about to be 41 years old. Like, he couldn't last on that turf, and now you're going to ask him to do it again. The NFL's playing with fire, trying to put this team on primetime, trying to make them a thing. But you're relying on an old quarterback. You're relying on old tackles. You're relying on Mike Williams to stay healthy. They're getting risky. If it works out and he plays well, then okay, maybe it'll be fun. But I got fatigue already, and they didn't even play a season. So, to me, I guess for me, the question was to Quirk, right? So I forget what it was. But I'm just tired of the Jets, and that's my response there.
Aaron Rodgers says naughty things and people just hate him. It's so funny. People used to love Aaron Rodgers. Now everybody hates him.
You didn't suffer last year. Can he stay healthy? I suffered with Zach Wilson.
Well, but you suffered because of that. Well, Tyrod Taylor's now their backup, huh?
Oh, he's a snoozer. Like, at least he'll keep it competitive, but he's a boring quarterback.
That's my question. Now that we're crossing CBS, Fox, all that stuff, like, is there's more of a rule now about flexing, right? Like, they can flex games out now easier than they had in the past.
Honestly, I don't even know, because you got Netflix now, you got Prime.
Look, the Manhattan
they all want a piece.
The Manhattan MILF Hunter had beaten the Chiefs until that stupid PI call, so that one was a little bit disappointing. But other than that, no, I understand. But I mean, the same you can say about the Bengals. Joe Burrow's been the quarterback, and
he doesn't have 6 primetime games.
How many did they have? 4?
I don't know. I forget.
They probably
it's not 6, but yeah.
Well, yeah, no. But I mean, that's the thing. I think people really do want to see if he can recover off of the Achilles. I'm interested to see him. I mean, honestly, that first game against the 49ers, I'm really interested to see what
Yeah, good
what
luck
is
against
it gonna
that
look
Nick
like?
Bosa on the offensive line. Don't get hurt, Aaron
That's
Rodgers.
what I'm saying. Like that's going to be the interesting part about the whole aspect of this is can he stay healthy? Can he move along? But I'm interested. So what did you go with? You said the Eagles.
Gilbert went with
Oh,
the Jets. He doesn't. He that was
oh,
the
you went
quirk
the other
that.
way.
Yeah,
I don't give a crap about them.
yeah.
Wait, what is it? Okay, so
So
okay,
what
my
it
bad.
was the
Oh,
most
they don't have
odd?
a standalone. So they don't have a primetime game. The Cowboys.
No, they
Good,
don't.
good. The only interesting game, I mean, because again, I think primetime games are a little bit overrated. I understand people want to see them, but sometimes the 10 a.m., the 1 a.m. or the 1 p.m. games are more interesting than the primetime games. So obviously you have to leave. I'm surprised that they didn't, but last year, so whenever the Eagles go to the Cowboys, they usually get blown out. So why the hell do you want to see that? Now, when the Cowboys go to the Eagles, that's an interesting matchup. So I think what the schedule makers are doing is leaving that game kind of to be possibly flexed in at the end of the season. That's why I feel like they're leaving both games towards the end of the season when it comes to them. But I don't find it odd because I think one of those games will get flexed in. Cowboys and Eagles are just too big to leave alone. But I definitely I'll go with the Cowboys and
The problem with that guy is like Fox needs to have big time games too, and they're gonna let people flex out the
that's what I'm
Cowboys.
saying. But
So they
that's
keep
why
them
when
at
people,
125. When it's like
well,
the
that's why when people
Jaguars
are
are gonna play the Panthers at the same time, you're gonna watch the Cowboys.
But and that's the thing. People were freaking out about, oh, why the Chargers only get 3 primetime games? One, last year they completely sucked. And again, I'll say this: except for that Raiders game, the Chargers rarely get blown out. They don't. They have interesting games. Whether they win or they lose, that's another question. But their games are entertaining. They are interesting. But obviously, people thought that the Jim Harbaugh effect would take into place. But Jim Nance said he's like, no, we need like he's like he expects Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers to be the primetime game for the 1 o'clock and 10 a.m. slots when they play because everybody's going to be interested to see how that goes. And he's like, yeah, we need to get fed too. It's not just the national games of the week. Like it's not just ESPN, NBC that need to get fed. We need to get fed as well. So, but I think again, I do think it's interesting that the Eagles and the Cowboys do not have a primetime game. Everybody loves the Eagles. Everybody loves the national ESPN, ABC, all them. They all love the Cowboys. So I'm very surprised that they aren't on primetime because that's kind of a tradition, especially because of how much hatred there are between the Eagles and especially because what's the name is back. Werner Johnson is back, so he's gonna talk shit. So why not have like I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. Yeah, I do with that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Fernando. And the other thing too that we have to consider, if you look at the schedule, CBS came out the winner of everybody, even over some of the the ESPNs or even Sunday Night Football. In terms of the primetime game, Sunday Night Football has the best schedule, but CBS, if you look at those 425 on the East Coast, 125 here on the West Coast, they have a great schedule the whole season and then it's already been announced that Fox is going to do that 49ers and Chiefs game, the rematch, and Tom Brady's going to be on the call. So, and CBS and Fox are not going to give up those games. They're not going to so you're going to have to choose from other games if you're going to have those flexed in. So that's another thing where the Chargers maybe get flexed into some of those games as well, because some of those games, Fox and CBS, they're not giving those up. Like, you're going to have to fight with them, and they're already, if you're gonna have Tom Brady doing those and Romo and Nance, they're pretty much scheduled in already. So, in terms of who I'm giving this win to, I'm giving it to Gilbert. I was gonna say I don't want to see the Jets anymore. I'm with you, Gilbert. I don't like, and part of the reason we're seeing them in 6 of the first 11 games is because they're already trying to see. Look, we got to get Aaron Rodgers out of the way because we don't know if he's going to get hurt. I mean, that offensive line, we don't know if it's going to hold up. I've talked about whether it's their field, whether it's that offensive line in terms of how old it is. I mean, we haven't seen Smith. What is it, Teron Smith hold up for the whole season. So there's also that. I'm with you. In terms of the Eagles and Cowboys, you're still going to see them on CBS. The whole nation's going to see them. You'll see them, as what is it, the red zone. If the Cowboys are on, red zone has them the majority of time too. So you're still going to see those two teams. I just, it was a little weird, but you're still going to see those teams. And just the Jets, I just don't understand it. Like, you're getting 6 primetime games in the first 11 weeks. It just didn't make sense to me. But congratulations, Gilbert. You're now 2 wins in a row. Congratulations.
Thank you. I couldn't have done it without myself and my good takes here, so I appreciate that. And also, if you want to watch football, you better have a good amount of money because you got to pay for Peacock, you got to pay for Prime, you got to pay for Netflix, you got to pay for Red Zone. So, yeah, have fun with that. I see something. Are we ready to end this show?
All right, Vic.
Nothing exciting is gonna happen.
We'll talk to you in a minute. Let's see. Gilbert, do you think he's there?
I haven't seen him yet.
Here I am, the dead out of hurricane. Gilberto, I know what you were thinking. You were getting set up, setting up your laptop, turning on the lights. It was that brief moment of silence before you go live. You were thinking to yourself, you put your hands together, something you rarely do, and you looked up.
Good one.
The day that then Daygo's back, he said, "Whoa, Roberto." You said, "No, it's Alberto," and he said, "It doesn't matter." Let me tell you something.
Why are you so red?
That's what he does. That's what he does. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you are about to go one-on-one with the great one, guy.
Yeah.
You're picking the Chargers to lose to the Raiders, really? To the Steelers, really?
I'm not the one having them 14-3, 14-3.
You're a danger Russ guy? Is that what you think?
No, Justin Fields.
It doesn't matter what you think.
You can't really be serious there with 14-3, right?
No, I said 10-7 at the worst. 10-7. They'll get 10.
At
games.
the worst.
The thing is, I don't think they're gonna trade. I don't think they're gonna split with the Broncos or the Raiders. I don't think they have a lot. And I know
they always kind of stumble in Denver too. I know they're a terrible roster.
But again, this is where I'm getting at. It's Jim Harbaugh.
Mm.
He's gonna kick someone in the ass before he tries to let one of them try and piss away a game of his. And the other thing is too, I have him beating the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers will have anything. They can't score points. I like the Chargers more to score points. And you got the mental midget out in Arizona. You think I'm worried about that?
By the way, did you hear that there was
this ain't the Wizard of Oz, guy. There's no yellow brick road on the way
Did
down.
you hear that there was already tension between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Good.
I have video of it. Do you want to see it?
Good.
Okay.
Bring it up.
What do you have? Satire.
Kill me, will you?
By the way, hold on. Look at my shirt. You see this shirt?
That Drew McIntyre?
Right. Part of my Scottish heritage.
What's it say? What's on the tombstone?
CM Punk main event WrestleMania moment 23-24.
Those are two guys I don't care about, by the way. CM Punk and Drew
I don't
McIntyre.
think he's been good either since he's been back. Look at that, some common ground. Look at that. You see how we can find some.
CM Punk gets hurt more than Joey Bosa, but yeah.
Oh, there he is. Who's this guy?
Really? Really? Are you kidding me? This is why this organization will never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
That is. Who cares? They're so irrelevant.
That's kind of bittersweet for Dan. Seeing Chiefs be stupid, but also get it right.
No, but I mean, you're talking about help. I forgot what you said. Help or
Schedule,
whatever.
Yeah,
who
you
cares?
play every day of the week, pretty much.
After 3 Super Bowls, who gives a rat's ass? Let them play every single day.
3 games in 11 days too.
Who cares? Let them play 4 and 5 days.
Gilbert, did you hear?
People started, Dan.
There we go.
Did you hear what happened in Brazil, Gilbert? This lady took her uncle.
Willie. Did you see
that?
Dead guy? You're talking about the dead guy?
Yeah. So this lady took her. She wanted to get her insurance claim on her uncle.
Don't even put.
And she took him to the. She took him there to look. Watch him, Gilbert.
No. Why would you? Yeah, that looks. It's gross, dude. Honestly,
she took her uncle to go get his insurance claim.
Yeah,
Uncle's dead.
Yeah, people are just
Wait,
weird.
what? That's a real
Yeah,
pro.
she
Used
tried
to
to
be a
get him. Watch
person?
him.
That's
She
a
tries to
corpse,
get him to
dude.
sign. She tries to get him to sign.
Yeah, that's a corpse. Yeah, no.
That's a corpse.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is
Look, look,
weird.
she grabs her hand, grabs
Oh
his
my.
hand,
People are recording this?
Yeah, it's proof. Yeah, that is
and she's
Oh
telling him that he's
my.
just sick, that he's a little pale.
Oh yeah, that's why he's turning yellow, dude.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's
What happened
not
in Brazil.
yeah, Brazilian.
Dan,
Gotta-
by the way, we really missed you because I have a lot of I have a lot of stuff.
We've
I
been
could
here for
tell.
90 minutes already.
I could tell because a certain
He doesn't
prayer
want to
went
give
up
you your
today.
full time.
Now you want to cut Dan and Daygo short? What the hell's going on?
It's not
dude?
my fault you didn't show up the
You got
last
a
2
bump?
weeks.
Oh yeah, I heard your dumbass last week. He's on vacation for 2 weeks. Where the hell was my vacation?
You were
I must have missed the
commenting. You could have
flight.
been on the show
I must
instead
have
of
missed the flight. Hey, don't worry about what I was doing. I was busy. I had a lot of grown man shit I had to deal with. Don't worry about that.
Gavin Cooled, you're obviously our Colorado Buffs expert. Listen to what Gavin Cooled said about Shador Sanders.
Mentored you, or he helped you in a way, or do you feel that wasn't the case?
Not a second. The second I came in, he told the coaching staff that I would never have a chance to be the backup quarterback, and then he would never coach me. I sat there and watched him talk to the other 5 quarterbacks, or the other 4 quarterbacks all spring. What are you doing in this play? What are you reading here? You should read it this way, do this and that. And he was completely mute to me.
I was talking about
I don't know if it's the bad blood that we had last year, because we had something individual going on, and I called him out for it inside of our own room.
No, he's talking about Shador.
Oh,
man to man with him, and he got real defensive with me in that conversation back then.
So basically, that's what that guy said, right?
Yeah.
So
here he goes.
No, it's always
Shador thinks it's WWE.
Here comes Shador, and he says, he goes, I learned sometimes you got to take the high road. At G Cold, I'll spare you this one time.
wow.
And then he goes, y'all just interview anyone that leave from Colorado just to get a negative look on the program. And so then obviously Gavin responded, and he goes, bro, at Shador Sanders, what high road? What are you talking about? Spare me. So there's been a lot of weird stuff going on. Not just that, but so Dion came out, and or some guy came out, some guy that already left. He comes out and he says this about Deion Sanders. He says, I was actually getting mad, like tears coming down my eyes, because, bro, you never even tried to get to know me, Xavier Smith. And then he goes, he was destroying guys' confidence and belief in themselves. The way he did it, it could have been done with a little bit more compassion. And Shador goes, in my opinion, he's like, I don't even remember him, to be honest. Bro was had to be very mid at best.
If you want to know why his draft stock is going to fall besides his play, that right there is going to be one that teams are going to remember. That it's so funny to me, because like when he came in there, he was
supposedly this is real quick. This is video from practice at Colorado.
That's the legend.
Hey, Malik Henry.
But I'm gonna choke the fuck out of him.
That's the legend, dude. Coach AB. But the problem is you live and die by the sword that you came in with. You came in with all the cameras, all the social media, and everything else. Now you're starting to get, I don't know if exposed is the right term or not. I mean, we don't know what the hell's going on in that building, but it certainly does not look like the, first class clean up program that he thought he was going to bring in. So
then Dion started going at people. He's
attacking. Now he's attacking the kids,
and he's like, Lord Jesus.
Oh my God. Yeah,
and Dion did say that Shador is going to go top 5 in the draft next year.
Don't forget about Shiloh.
Yeah, don't forget.
Shiloh's also in there. I think it's gonna be bad this year. But we'll see.
Question, Dan, how would you react if you see one of your former players ripping the way you coach, but then you have one of your current players talking crap about him on Twitter? He's defending you, but he's adding fuel to the flame.
I'd be pissed at my current player, because that's the thing, right? As coaches, we're grown men. What do I care about someone's opinion? You know, I had something, you know, I don't care about people's opinion of me. I care about what the people do in the program. If he's out of the program and he wants to trash it, why am I don't have to defend myself. My body of work should speak for it itself. Like, I'm not worried about being in the headlines, being liked in the media, being liked in, you know,
On the
social media and
videos.
all that, all up in the videos. Hey, and you saw some videos he was on, and you do not want to be all up in there, dude. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. Like, if he was confident in the body of work he's doing, he would tell Shador to shut up. He would tell Shiloh to shut up if he's talking, or whoever.
Don't forget about Shiloh.
No, you can't. You can't forget about Shiloh. And, you know, don't forget about Dion Jr. He runs a very successful media company that, you know, basically only features Colorado stuff and with his dad and all that. But I mean, he's grinding. He's putting in the work. Don't you forget about that. But yeah, no, like if I was in Dion's, you know, position, his resume should speak for itself. You know, turned around Jackson State program, got him, I think, to a bowl game where they won the league or something. I wasn't following it that closely. Now he's at Colorado D1. They got more wins in the first 4 games than they did all last season, trying to build it back up. And it's like, if your goal is to build it into a powerhouse where you can challenge for national championships, why are you getting lost in the weeds, talking on social media against former players and everything else? Like, it doesn't matter what people say. They know what the brand is. They know what Dion is. Like, you're bigger than getting into petty fights and this and that on social media. So that would be my take on it.
Yeah. No, and that's the problem too, is that everybody's going to look at all that stuff and they're going to be like, do we actually want to draft him? So
that's my biggest thing. Because again, I feel like I keep saying this every week when we bring this up. You're not only getting Shador, you're getting Dion, and that could be a huge problem for it, or a huge headache for any coaching staff, team, and everything else. But Gilberto, you really think they're going to lose to the Steelers? Is it in Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
you
it's
really
tough.
Danger Rust? That's your guy.
Again, I can't go all in just because Jim Harbaugh. He's a great addition. I gave him a couple more wins because of him, but to get, like, you know, just to get acclimated with the scheme, you know, new players, inexperienced players, a lot of, like, would Joe Alt be the guy? You know, things like that. Can Lab McConkey, you know, figure out right away? Can, you know, maybe Brendan Rice does something too? I know Fernando's high on him. He impressed me when I talked to him. But it's just a lot of too many what ifs combined with the reputation of the franchise, and you know very well what the reputation is.
Hey,
but it's a new day. I'll say that. Yeah. But I got to see it first before I jump in.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried. I said at worst 10-7. I already bet they're making the playoffs. If they make it to a divisional game, that's going to be a W for a season. But I'm not worried about it. I think they're moving in the right direction, at least, which you haven't really seen in some time already.
Honestly, if they win, and you look at like 8 games,
what happened? He just wanted to interrupt you.
I was going to say that. If they win 8 games or 9 games and they fix the offensive line and they run the freaking football, that's a big success to me, I think.
I don't know, dude. Like, if you look at the schedule,
Dan, real quick,
okay,
listen to this.
I'm not.
Kind of like, yeah, that wasn't my.
Yeah, no. Either way, when it comes to a third for your or a Thea for your question about the MVP race, I don't care. I don't even think he cares. I don't think he's here for MVPs. The only MVP that matters is Super Bowl MVP.
That's not real.
Who cares? Yeah, who cares? I don't even care about this with the Jerry curl or whatever this is. Looks like he's out of Rocky or something. But
teenager Anakin.
But like it, in my opinion, like
Anakin, Dan, there's only one, isn't there?
Hey, he's about to slaughter some people. You know what I'm saying? He's about to treat the league like the Sand People. I'm trying to remember what they were. He's about to take them all out. But you know, going back to it, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all, dude. I think they're gonna be fine for once in my freaking life, or twice.
All
Shout
right.
out.
And I did say something nice. I said, you know, yeah, you're a little like, you know, you're optimistic a lot, but you've been keeping it real for a very long time.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it was not.
Yeah,
I'll let it slide
to the guy that caught the touchdown. So
I don't care about this guy. Take this garbage off. He's already wearing a prime necklace.
There are like 3 people there I don't care about.
I don't even care.
We were going to run a fake version of that, and then we were going to do a little shovel pass, and it was wide open again. So
who's that moron next to New Orleans? I don't even know who that is.
We're going to do it again. Put it on the table.
No way.
We're gonna do it again. I'm telling
Is
you now.
everybody sponsored by Prime now? What the hell?
Yeah.
They're all losers. I
He's
don't even
saying
know
that
what he
they're gonna.
said.
That was Patrick Mahomes saying that they're gonna three-peat.
Yeah, no one cares. They're irrelevant. They already got carried to a 2. You know, I was watching the Dynasty the other day, and I can't believe they think these losers are anything close to the New England Patriots. Like, I would rather take a Patriots dominance again over these clowns. It's ridiculous. But
UFC, don't come at me for this one. Gilbert, did you ever see this?
I was going to tell you something, and then his video threw me off.
Like 3 strikes here.
Oh my God.
A lot of your 155ers are making the jump to welterweight, and a lot of your welterweights are coming down to 155. What's it going to take to get a 165-pound weight division? Maybe a Grand Prix, start at end of summer, early fall. A lot of
Look at his face.
here would put their names in the hat. And a
That's
lot
my
of the
face
people
for a
want
lot
to
of
see
this.
it. And when I say people, I mean the schmo. What do you think?
What the is that? What the just happened? Yeah, it's not going to happen, schmo.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, who cares, dude? By the way, I'm excited for Connor to come back. I'm excited for that one. I saw a little bit of the boxing. Oh no, I saw the highlights, but Tyson looks so like disinterested or whatever. He looks so slow, showboating and everything else. I saw his ass get tagged up a few times, but you know what? I can't wait. One day we're gonna have a Compas to go Saudi.
Yeah, maybe one day. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Dan,
Get a combat sports show over there.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Dan, what did you make of Odell Beckham Jr. going to the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're gonna lose. I'm gonna say they're gonna be the one that doesn't make the playoffs this year, and it's not even because I think Mike McDaniel's a good coach. It's because Tua, I don't know how to put this kindly, is not a good quarterback. Like, he's just not the guy.
I think your brother wanted you to not put it kindly.
Okay, well, put him in the rocket. Send him with Dr. Evil up to the moon. Like, the other thing I don't understand why you would pay Jared Goff $53 million for 53, right? He's getting 53.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I seriously don't understand it. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. You're paying a guy $53 million to hand the football off and hope to God the play action works so well that he's going to be able to find someone over the middle or somewhere else to throw it. Like,
By the way, speaking of that, I hope Ben
understand it.
Johnson didn't overplay his hand, and they struggle this year. And he, like, the people, like, because
Fizzles
you
out,
know,
yeah.
at one point, like, he's kind of like some of these offensive coordinators are like a stock. And at one point, they could send them, and they could be like, "No, you know what?"
All right, we got one more
it.
segment to go. It's already been an hour and 47, guys.
I
Yeah,
just
that's
don't
right.
get it. Yeah, I was trying to.
How
cut
many
my
stuff
10
you
minutes.
got?
Yeah, he has.
Big
Oh, I
guys
have
for like
another
20
one.
minutes.
That's Micah Parsons, right? Well, look at the leverage. Look at the leverage. The sumo wrestler has his shoulders under his shoulders.
By the way,
if
I'm them, I would not want CJ Stroud over here freaking sumo wrestling. If I was
he probably didn't even do it. He was just over there. I
But,
can't believe even Micah Parsons, you wouldn't want him doing that. What if that wrestler body slams his dumb ass and then boom, he's out? You know, because let me tell you something. Jerry Jones likes to have a lot of thoughts in the shower about who's going to stay and who's going to go. Which, by the way, I heard your guys' list. Why would you pay Dak? Why would you pay Tua? Why would you pay?
That was the question.
Jared Goff.
They're gonna
Why
pay
would
those
you-
guys.
It's idiotic. And
I don't know
again,
about Dak.
it goes back to the problem of
They're gonna cave.
they're building the teams in the wrong direction.
So
But
CD
whatever.
would be gone.
I don't know, but they're gonna cave somehow. I bet.
I think if the Packers keep on succeeding, and then this year the Chargers succeed with their model of, because I think that's where the NFL is headed. To be honest, I know that everybody loves the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons, and all that, but I think teams could be headed to that other side of where they go with cheap receivers, throw them out there, and then have them keep.
That's all
on-
it is. That's all you need. You don't
Pay the
need
quarterback,
skill
don't pay the skill position players, but
You don't need
whatever.
I'd
skill
rather
All right,
pay
so-
CD Lamb than Dak Prescott, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. All right, guys. So for this last segment, we will do a snake draft of the NFL schedule. Obviously, it came out last week. Can't wait to see what Dan does here. It'll be a fantasy
Charger
football
games.
style draft by drafting a QB, which is a holiday/streamer game, 2 running backs, which are the 2 primetime games, and 2 receivers that are 2 games on either CBS or Fox. The way this goes is I think Vic goes first, then Gilbert, then myself, and then Dan and
look at
Daygo.
that. Look at that, how that works. I'm gone 2 weeks. I get the shit end of the stick. All right.
You get 2 picks at the end there.
Yeah, it's a snake.
You get the snake.
I'm not gonna know what you. Let me steal your guys' freaking picks like the last time we did this, dude. You all stole my picks.
All right,
All right.
go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna pick a regular season game right off the bat. Give me 49ers and Chiefs, the rematch of the Super Bowl.
Gilbert.
Okay, so 1 holiday.
Oh man.
Hurry up.
All right, fine. Give me Lions, Texans, Sunday Night Football.
You're a piece of garbage. I want you to know that.
So
you said Lions, Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Week 10.
Okay.
So the quarterback is the holiday games, right? All right. Yeah. Give me Bears and Lions. I'll go with the quarterback first.
Another scumbag. You're all pieces of garbage.
You just want to see Dan Campbell, huh?
I love my boy.
Go ahead, Dan. So you can choose any of those.
Yeah, you got 2.
I'm going to do the opposite. Who cares? I'm going to pick a dumpster fire of game. Dolphins, Packers. They both suck. They'll miss the playoffs. 2 is garbage. LaFleur's garbage.
Yeah,
that's another one.
It's not the worst.
I want to pay Jordan.
Is that a primetime game?
That's
Yeah,
the
no,
holiday.
that's a Thanksgiving,
That's the holiday. I got
okay.
my QB. I'm going in order. That's what I
All
thought
right.
we're doing, but
No, you can pick. You can
Yeah, I
do.
thought we were going in order too. So
Yeah,
I got
no.
well, who cares? I'll get lost. I'm going to go in order.
Oh, just give Dan Chargers Chiefs for primetime game.
I'm
fine.
surprised
Oh, wait,
the Harbaugh Bowl.
That's no. Give me the Harbaugh Bowl. The Chiefs are irrelevant. I don't care about them. Yeah, give
I was
me
gonna
Ravens Chargers.
say-
The Chiefs are irrelevant.
Primetime. Give me Lions and Rams.
You know what's funny? Speaking of which, Goodell must be so happy because he was at odds with the Patriots every year for 20 years.
Gilbert, you're next.
And now he has his hard eyes for the Chiefs. I love you, Chris Jones. Hit the quarterback however you want. Bums.
I guess I'll get my holiday game out the way, but these are kind of terrible.
Damn, that's a nice shirt, Dan.
I'm telling you, when is Scottish Heritage Month? I got it. I'm ready.
I'm gonna get a lot of Texans. Give me a Ravens and Texans. I honestly can't keep track of who got what, but yeah.
You're a big Texans fan, huh?
Well,
Just
I'm trying
you're-
to go off of the Christmas games for you. Take them all, and I'm stuck with freaking Giants Cowboys.
Vic, I don't know if you know this, but your boy over here, he's a big Dangerous guy. Big.
He ate the sandwich. He ate the sandwich at Subway.
Oh,
You
no.
did the
I
holiday
had-
one, right? That's your
yeah,
holiday one?
That's my holiday one. Yeah.
All he does is
All right.
bump Sierra on the way home, dude.
Who's next?
I am. I got 2 picks in a row here. The holiday ones. Give me Packers Eagles. Nobody's taking that one for my holiday. Packers.
None of the players are gonna make it there. As soon as they see the beaches out in Brazil and
Bro, are you kidding?
I know, right?
all the beautiful
Invest-
women out there,
Invest
I'd
in
get
your
lost in the
future.
sauce too.
Invest in the future. Find someone in the favelas. You'll have the next Mbappe or whoever else. Like,
Mbappe, you mean Neymar or Vinicius?
oh, you're right. Vinicius Beanie. I just meant good soccer player.
Do you feel like
All right.
Vinny's better than Neymar?
100%. Neymar's garbage, dude. Neymar. is garbage.
I'm going Texans Cowboys week 11 Monday Night Football as my prime time.
Neymar's peak is him showing up every year at the Brazilian festival. What is it called?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of being in the
He took a picture with
Champions.
Ronaldo at the fight.
Who's that guy? Neymar?
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
I
let
know
him-
who one of the 4
Ronaldo
guys I
should-
know. But it's
Ronaldo
my
Go
turn,
ahead,
right?
Dan.
That's
Or
correct.
go ahead, Gilbert.
Me?
You're next, Gilbert.
I'll take something from the CBS, Fox schedule, and
CBX? You going to TJ
Yeah,
or what?
CBS. You know what? I need a Chiefs game. I don't even know what the hell.
Here we
you guys are
go.
pick. So
There's
give
his
me
real team.
Chiefs
Who
and
said it
Bills.
earlier? Who said?
Week 11.
Oh my
These
god.
Bills. That's a good
Oh,
one.
He's a big Bills guy.
I'm a big.
They
one.
help out the Chiefs left and right, so he's a big fan.
Okay.
By the way, this is a joke. He's a journalist. Obviously, he covers the NFL. He's not
Oh,
an actual
thanks.
fan.
Thank you for clarifying.
No, but I
I'll
hate.
go,
I like
week
the sarcasm.
16 Lions and 49ers, unless somebody already chose that one.
Say that. What do you got?
Lions and 49ers?
Okay, line. Nope, not yet.
Okay.
That's your regular season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prime time.
Go, Dan.
You
Give
got
me
two here.
what's a dumpster fire? Give me
So
who
just so
cares?
you know, Dan.
Think
Yeah.
of Cowboys
Yeah.
Giants.
No.
Christmas.
You
Yeah,
know
you
what?
ha-
give me 49ers Rams is my other primetime pick.
Which
I love
one?
seeing the Rams. I love seeing the Rams get their asses
Which
kicked.
one? The Thursday night.
Week
Thursday
15.
night?
Week 15. Yeah, Thursday night.
Okay, you got another one.
Oh, I got another one. All right, so let me
Yeah.
go.
Go week 4 Chiefs Chargers.
CBS. Yeah, so here we go. This is gonna piss off Gilberto, so he might shed a few tears after the show. Give me week 4 Chiefs Chargers. I picked the Chargers to upset because that's the first time.
By the way, Gilbert, I watched basketball for the first time. Nuggets and
interrupted my whole
still
thing.
haven't
That's
watched.
okay. Don't worry.
Hey,
I do
the
want to
Warriors are
watch
fun to
Anthony
watch.
Edwards. I'm hearing too
They're
much good
fun to
things.
watch.
I
Why
gotta
would
watch.
you watch basketball now? Is a waste of time. I
Would you
won't
rather watch
it.
basketball or the Padres?
Get out of here. I'd rather watch basketball than baseball. Baseball's the worst, the second worst.
Are
waste
you
of
next,
time.
Fernando?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go.
Here we
No, you're good. I'm still
go.
looking.
You already got a holiday.
Yeah. I have one primetime game and I think 2.
The holiday.
How
One
many primetime
holiday.
games do I have?
You went with. Hold on. Let me.
I think I only have one. I think I went with Lions and Rams.
Yeah, Lions Rams.
Okay, so I'll finish off my primetime game by going Chargers and Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Week 14.
For the division.
Prime time. Okay.
Gilbert.
Has anybody taken Lions 49ers Monday Night Football?
Yeah. If you would have listened, guy. If you would have listened,
It's hard to keep track of this
been
crap.
gone. It's been gone.
Then I'll.
You said
Man,
find another Chiefs game. Find your favorite team.
I should, right?
I love watching the Chiefs. Brittany Mahomes is the
You guys
best.
already took Ravens Chargers, right?
Yeah, of
Ravens,
course I
Chargers,
did.
Yeah.
You know what? It's because I'm a big Texans guy and a Cowboys guy. Give me the Texans Cowboys week 11.
I already took that one.
What?
I took
He's
it.
asleep.
Now we're getting.
He was born asleep.
All right, I'm a big Joe Burrow guy. Bengals Ravens. Thursday
That's a
Night
lie.
Football.
That's a lie.
Bengals,
Every time
Ravens.
he goes up against the Chiefs, you're like, the Chiefs. Chiefs, they're our guys.
Is that a prime
Oh
time
my-
game?
Yeah, Thursday Night Football week 10.
There are
I
guys.
got 2 primetime games already taken.
I
got
wonder
one
who
more.
loves. I wonder
You say
who loves.
guys or guys?
Huh?
No, don't even repeat that. I don't know who loves the Chiefs more, Roger Goodell or Gilberto Manzano.
Antonio.
Antonio, what? Antonio
That's the
who?
middle name.
That's my middle name. Look at that name.
Gilberto Antonio Manzano.
Do you have one? I know Javier. I know Alejandro. What do you have, Dan?
I'm not Alejandro, you dumbass. We always go through this.
Wait, what? What are? Oh, Juan.
His world has been shattered. You have 3 names that end with O's. That's hilarious.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
All right, I'm going
I didn't even think
Cowboys,
about that.
Cowboys, Eagles, week 10 as my regular
Alejandro.
season game. And then I think I'm gonna finish off.
Shout
I
out
need one more primetime game. So let me do
Francisco.
Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare bring that name up. You're a scum. This is your best friend? What a scumbag.
That always makes me laugh.
What? Oh, no. If Marvel couldn't get any worse, is she doing a Marvel thing or what?
Taylor Swift reportedly has had a meeting with Marvel boss Kevin Feige. Marvel, I speak for everyone else when I say we did not ask for this.
Oh, is that Juju Smith-Schuster? The only thing he's good at is okay. I thought that was my bad.
okay. Nobody's taking Ravens Chiefs to open up, so I'm taking that.
Oh, good. Gilberto's worried. He wants all the Chiefs games on
I only
his
got
slate.
one.
Prime time. All
Chiefs
right,
and
I'm
Rams.
done. All right, who's next?
Gilbert.
Is it Gilbert?
I'm assuming
finish up.
Chiefs 49ers is taken.
Who?
Yes, that was my first
Okay.
pick.
All right, I'm gonna give it like a sleeper one. Falcons Vikings week 14. I'm done.
Oh, the coming home. or-
Falcons, what?
Vikings.
Okay.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings? Are they going home or is it at
It's in
Atlanta? Or?
Minnesota.
What is it? Is it a regular season or prime time?
he confused me. Regular season. It's Fox, CBS.
Okay.
They're
All
all
right.
regular season.
All right.
What week is that?
Week 14.
Oh,
So I have one
Michael Penix will be
more
in.
regular season, right? Or not
Yes.
prime time.
Yeah. Yep.
Fox, CBS. They're all regular season. Come on.
Yeah. I'll
If
go.
I have to listen to Tony Romo for another season, I might have a drinking
I
problem.
already gave you guys a solution for that one. They should fire him and go get what's his name from
Greg Olsen. He's taking a
Yeah.
$7 million pay cut.
Damn.
I'll go. Did somebody already get Bills and Lions?
Yes.
He
Hold on.
must
Hold
have
on.
a
Let me
crappy
check.
contract, by the way. I would have walked away.
Hold on, let me make sure.
I would have been pissed.
Who has a crappy contract?
Greg
Dennis
Olsen.
Facts.
He
I'm
just took
tired
the pay
of
cut.
who?
No, nobody's picked Bills Lions.
I'll go Bills Lions.
Ah, that's a good one. Sleep.
Dennis
All right,
Facts.
and-
I'm tired of Taylor Swift.
All right. All right, Dan.
What? I'll pick a real dumpster.
What does Dan need left?
I already
Okay,
know what I
so-
need left. It's the
Okay.
CBS ones.
Yep.
Go 49ers Dolphins at the end of the season, Dan.
No, I'll pick a bigger dumpster fire of a game. Shout out to Vic, Steelers Raiders. That's what I'll pick. That'll be a dumpster fire. Danger Russ versus Minshew
Vic's excited for
Mania,
that one.
or it's
You know that's the highest ticket right now in the league.
Get out
one?
of here.
No, I'm not.
It's in Las Vegas. That's why.
Yeah,
All
Steelers,
Steeler fans.
Steelers Raiders.
Oh
Yeah.
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 It's probably all Steeler fans trying to go.
Gotta
there.
leave the cold in Pittsburgh.
Here, let me.
Exactly. Oh, it's week 6, so who knows how
Oh
cold it
no.
is.
no.
You think it's about you. It ain't about you. It's about us.
Bo Nix.
And the biggest problem I see with a lot of the young players today, you guys are making it too much about I and me.
Why is Jay-Z
Because of
there?
social media, because of branding and all
Jay-Z's an
that.
idiot. What is this?
Fine. You're not going to win.
Who's that guy in the
There was a
back
difference
lurking?
between being a star and being a champion.
Your talent gets you there. You know,
It's like, what?
Okay.
Like, why are you there?
Why do you?
You want to be every day.
You know, it's funny.
You
It's
know
funny
why?
that he says
'Cause when I
this.
was on the Patriots.
Oh,
again,
here we
20
go.
years winning, every day was a big day. I treated a preseason game, I treated a regular season like it was a Super Bowl. So when I got to the Super Bowl, it was just another day for me.
You gotta know who you are, because those moments gonna come. You're gonna be down 28-0. You gotta
It was
say
28-3. You clown.
Why is
I don't even know who he
Jay-Z there?
is.
I don't even know what
I don't
this
know. They
is.
met
I don't
with
even
rookies
care.
during. Oh, you should have seen them, Gilbert.
What happened on
They were
Sunday?
there at
I
the
think.
rookie.
I
premiere.
treated
Yeah,
every day
premiere.
like it was important, but when my coach yelled at me, I was not happy, and I let my wife
Wow,
and
I'm
the team
surprised
owner know.
you're criticizing Tom
I
Brady.
saw the dynasty. The
He's
dynasty
a
was so
Belichick
soft.
guy. That's why he's a
Oh,
Belichick guy.
100%. Give me
Big
the
Bell
evil,
guy. Big
the
double
evil
B guy.
emperor.
All right.
I just can't believe it. People don't understand about Tom Brady. He needs a chip on his shoulder. If Bill Belichick would have been there stroking, massaging, like, one of
Okay,
the
let's end the
masseuses
show.
from
This
Cleveland,
is a record, by the way.
he might not have been as good. We don't know that.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody for checking us out. Dan, thank you for being back. We missed you. Vic, great questions on rapid fire. Gilbert, good job patting yourself on the back. Your arm might be tired tonight, so you might as well should just rest it. But
Wait, you made it weird.
you
made it weird. You did it also.
But definitely we appreciate having all four of us back. So thank you guys so much for checking out another episode of Compas on the Beat. Don't forget to check out the newsletter. Don't forget to check out everything else on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be a compa, tell a compa. Again, we appreciate all the new followers that we have on, or new subscribers we have. Again, if you guys haven't checked out our Instagram, it's at Compas on the Beat. Make sure you guys follow and look at all the great content that we have out there. The next big thing that we will be heading to, hopefully, is Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. David Benavidez also will be on the card. So make sure you guys check that one out, or check all that out. But again, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode of Compas on the Beat. But for the time being, Gilbert's always give. Vámonos.
Yeah, a loaded show, 2 hours and some change here, but good to see you, Dan, back. I'm being nice to you today, Dan. Good to see you. Nice outfit there.
I was gonna say anything.
But
I was gonna say something.
don't destroy me. Eh? But all right, good to have the four best friends that anybody could have together. But,
Shout out,
on
Dennis
that
and
note,
Noah.
ya nos vamos, pues, vámonos.
Be a compa, tell a compa.